So I'm just in the middle of I'm burdened. Runs are going pretty well, I think. All things considered. Except I'm going to die. So got a nice little 3-socket dust shroud. Oh, an amulet. Let's see. But yeah, right now I have a 3-socket superior dusk shroud. I have a jaw rune, and I have a sur rune. So I can get another sur rune or a burr rune. I can make an enigma. That's all what it boils down to. I don't think it's going to be quite so easy. Wonder how many runs it will take. Some of the videos I've seen, the guys who do those videos are like 1,000 runs before they get something good. I don't know if I'll have to wait quite that long, but we'll see. Another problem too is I'm scared to actually realm down, so I may consider adding pits to the mix. Slow down my runs, but realm down is so fucking annoying. Like, I was doing some traps before. All I know is, I think it was chaos runs actually. I was doing chaos runs and then I fucking DC because I was making different some shit. So dumb. I mean, at least they made it easier to join games now. You don't have to like, wait for a long period of time, but it takes fucking forever. Like, yeah. It's still round down or whatever the fuck. It's just dumb as shit. And then, that's not even factoring in, That's not even factoring in how there's now this whirlwind bug, and there's like rubber banding this season, which is like, I don't know. I honestly feel like fewer people would be complaining, or more people would be complaining about the issue, but most people don't even realize that it's a fucking problem because everyone fucking mother plays fucking sorcerers right now, so because of that, most people don't realize just how bad the rubber banding problem is, but if you play as anything other than a sorceress this season, I feel like it's, you're at a bit of a disadvantage. Like you're always just inherently at a disadvantage because sorceress has like teleport, which will get you just about fucking anywhere. But this season the problem is even worse because that stupid bug where you can get fucking like glitched onto a wall and you're like trying to run, you know, around the corner, let's say, and then your guy will act like a little headless chicken. Makes zero fucking sense how that works, but hey man, that's Blizzard for you. Quality servers right there. Just fantastic. I think there were some people who were saying that it's supposed to be like what this might be spelling out that, oh yeah, now this is where the Blizzard servers go down, and that, or BNet servers go down and shit. So like BattleNet might actually go down for Diablo 2. The servers are really difficult to maintain. Well, you know what? I don't fucking know if that's true or not, but I don't know, I just think they need to get their shit together. I don't understand how this was never a problem before. Now all of a sudden it's a problem. Like, they fixed one problem, that being that if you tried to leave and join games too quickly, you would eventually get, like, FDJ, fail to join. Nowadays, you had one problem, and then you get hooked up with the other. Take a look at this. I'm actually able to leave the building, or so it looks like, but that time it's fine. I actually managed to successfully leave the building, but sometimes those council members will just sit there and fucking cock block me and I won't even realize it. I won't even realize I'll be taking damage out of thin fucking air, and then I'll proceed to warp back to like 5 feet, or where I was like 5 seconds ago. Honestly, shit like this makes me just want to go back to playing Slash. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Like, I played this, I took part in this season because I actually just wanted to try out this Hammerton build, see if it would work and whatnot, and it's doing really nicely. Like, I've been, it's been paying off some big dividends, but I think it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating how this game works right now. Like, they're not properly maintaining the game, I feel like. Like, yeah, it's nice and all, they're doing this, they're doing that. Didn't they say something about, no, 1.14? 1.14 came out not too long ago, 1.14D, and they were supposed to like release Glide or some shit. They said they were going to do other stuff, but turned the sound up since you started as I was walking to bed. Oh, okay. I guess you can't hear me, so I guess I'll type to the second outside. Definitely with Ruler of later I'm gonna have to talk to him about the ladder reset plans as well. The spots for the team filled up a lot quicker than I expected. Or rather, I'm surprised that there are people willing to join. And it seems we've got already 4 names down, plus myself and Maverick. And I think each of us were hoping to get 1 person in. And I already told Seth that I'd reserve a spot for him, and then, of course, we have a ton of time. Really, I'm surprised, actually. No one wants to fucking sit through that shit. Who's this guy? People just spontaneously appear in my room. Like, I left it unpassworded because it actually slows me down. It actually slows me down when I try to add a password. Like, it costs like an additional second or 2 seconds, even, because I have to go click on password, and actually costs time. Like, I've been really thinking about efficient farming, and I'm not just talking about like having like the best gear or having the best strategy, even, but even like little things that people might not think of, that people think are really minute. I was actually reading up on a thread, a really well-detailed thread about berserkers, and some guy fucking calculated pretty much fucking everything. And I'm not just talking about like, oh, what gear and shit people using, but like, he was figuring out how long before, you know, you get taxed out, like mental state, stuff like that. And it sounds ridiculous. I don't know if there's anyone here even listening to me, but I'm just rambling at this point because, I don't know, doing these trav runs by themselves aren't very entertaining, but hey, you guys gotta go find a way to get some fucking irons that doesn't involve going to fucking LK or just farming non-stop. I fucking hate LK so much. Anyway, so this thread, right? This thread's talking all about how there's a lot of really important stuff to look at. When you're relaxed, when you're calmer, it's usually much easier to farm quickly. And I don't know, I can't remember all the details, but it was just a really well-documented thread. Like, he factored in, like, okay, you want to be able to play the game very comfortably, you want to try and, I don't know. Oh shit, yo, that's actually not bad. 3 lightning skills amulet, oh shit. That's another nice little drop right there. Actually, why am I pussying out? I need to go back. I actually need to go back, just need to talk to Jamela, heal up, and I need to go kill the rest of the council members. Oh, look at that, rubber banding. Very nice. Anyway, I don't know. To be honest, it's tempting to make another character already. But like my one-track focus right now is on getting a Sur rune or a Burr rune. That's it. Like, I kind of wanted to make like a new character. I kind of wanted to make a Trapsin actually, because I have 2 Bartuks. I could make a really nice budget build with that. I didn't realize just how fucking cheap Bartuks actually are. But yeah, so... yeah, so there's like... Right now, I could totally make an Assassin. I had a Lemrune previously. I could have totally gotten Treachery, plus double Bartuks, plus a Lore. Or even a Peasant Crown. I actually have a fucking Peasant Crown. Like, I have everything I need to make a scrappy little Trapsin. It wouldn't be the most fantastic Trapsin ever, but it would be something. I don't know. That would be a nice little build I could farm with, but I still do think that Hammerdin's probably faster, just because with a Hammerdin... Anyway, yeah, with a Hammerdin, I can actually control when I throw my hammers. Whereas with the Trapsin, they put down the traps, and, well, it gets kind of complicated. It gets complicated because they don't always target what you want them to target, but with these hammers, it's a lot easier to tell the game where you want to fire them. But then again, you got Death Sentry and Trapsin, I don't know. Maybe I should give using the Trapsin a try. They're safer too. don't really risk not dying as much without burst of speed. Next one. Nice. I don't know how that one died. He's like way all the way over there, but whatever. Still pretty happy with this. It's been about... It takes a little over a minute on average for me to do a trap run, so that's pretty good. I mean, this is like, what, almost the first week's over of ladder? So, one might argue that the season's almost over, but, I mean, I'm doing these runs... I'd consider, all things considered, this pretty fast. Maybe other people can do it faster, I don't know. But I'm using a fucking janky little hammer. I don't even have a War Star yet. War Star would probably be good. I thought about it. War Star would be a really nice addition. But anyway. Probably a good thing I backed off there. Why am I having heavy bracers in my inventory? What is this razor bow? I never had this rip hook. Never heard of selling it. Or just throwing it away, I guess. What is this? Shit. We should have just gone to the vendor and sold him. That was dumb. Slows me down now. Oh well, whatever. How many of these runs I do? And of course, that's another problem with this fucking glass charge ball. Still done. Got a lot going on. Despite not having teleport outright. Honestly, if I can get my handle on Enigma, I can play just about fucking anything at that point, assuming that I can mule over the Enigma somehow. But I don't know if I have anybody who's capable of helping out with that. Nope. I guess I'll take that. But yeah, fatigue definitely is a thing, I'd say, in Diablo 2. And in fact, I noticed that these last few runs have been getting a lot slower. I keep forgetting to use charge, but whereas when I was starting off these runs, I knew right away it was mechanical. The more runs you do, the more tired you get. I've come to realize, I'm pretty sure that is fact. I don't know what's up with people doing my game. Maybe it's some stream outage, but usually somebody who just wants to like come in and start like MFing or some shit, which makes no sense considering that being out of here. It's like players 1 right now, players 2 with both of us, which doesn't help him at all. You know, I'm gonna check something out quickly. He's not here, so he's doing something. Nope. Nope. Oh, there he is. Why are you farming in my game? Like, bro. It makes no sense. I don't know why he chooses to farm in my game when it's players 1. That's just very counterintuitive. Like, players 2 doesn't help him at all with his run. Oh shit! I just hit the full rejuve key. I didn't expect him to do so much damage. I'm curious though, what the hell causes so much damage? Like, sometimes they do fairly little damage, and other times they just do a fuck ton. Don't know what causes that, but yeah, it's so bizarre. Some people just come into my game and start farming, but you only get an increase in drops if you play on players 3, players 5, or players 7. I mean, assuming that you're not partying in the same area, which we're obviously not, right? So I don't know what was up with that. Okay, there you go. Of course, that death actually cost me some time too, so let's see where we're at now. I'm about a minute and a half behind. 2 minutes behind? Whatever. Although I did spend some time last run trying to observe that random guy who just popped in as well, so that was kind of interesting. I could also do Shank. Shank and Eldritch, that might be worth adding into my run. How much my aura actually helps me with behind it anyway. I honestly kind of regret not keeping the Krang belt. I had Krang belt. I let somebody have it because it seemed pretty chill. And I mean, still, like, all in all, it's nice to just do something good for the community for a change, just for some random stranger. But if I had Krang belt, I would have Cannot Be Frozen. That would actually be a very nice little asset to my runs. So. Crowd run number 45. I'll drink the well instead. I should really start using redemption on these guys. That might be good for boosting the speed of these runs. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I put one in redemption and I'm fucking using it. Makes 0 sense. Yeah. Even at the end of the runs, I think that's a really good way to try and boost the speed of these runs. To just invest I mean, with my invested point in redemption, this back right here, assuming I survive. Now if I activate redemption, sit here for a second. Giving nearly as much as I want though. Which is surprising because, I mean, these mobs aren't quite as dense as in Chaos Sanctuary, but still, I was expecting a fair bit more than that. So, it's also kind of tempting to start doing some Chaos runs, to be honest. I could do Chaos runs in Players 3, or Pits runs in Players 3, or I can. The position in line is 35.99. Wow, okay. I'm guessing that I got RD'd. Is that what's going on? Did I get RD'd? Let's take a look. No new games could be created right now. Was I too fast with my game joining and whatnot? It's Trav 47. Well. Seems no one to say anything. Here, wait, I gotta check this out. Let's see. The fuck is up with this? Why can't I join a game? Ugh, fucking Battle.net, honestly. Oh, I can't wait for Slash to reset. This is playing on this is just pissing me off. Like a total joke. Asking this, but I gotta ask. Can anyone make a game at the moment? Let me guess. The answer for pretty much everybody will be yes. And also, sure. Well, the game doesn't exist. Wow, this is the Battle.net experience. So fucking stupid. But anyway, I'm just taking a look at the ladder right now too. There's somebody, I guess, gunning for 99. I don't know who that is, but fucking hell. 5 days or 6 days and already level 96. That's quite impressive, I'd say. Now this is fucking unbelievable though. Like, I came on to play a bit of Diablo 2 and get this shit. Okay, let me see what happens if I try and relog quickly. Wow, okay, well I guess I'm fucked then. And this is really weird, like I've never seen this error before. All the years I've played, or sorry, not this error, I've seen that one many times. This one, now it won't show up when I need it. Okay, oh there you go. No new games can be created right now. Please join a game or try again later. Like I've never seen that. Not once have I ever seen that error. So what now then? I mean, here I am. I'm ready to play some D2 when this shit fucking happens. Let me guess. I'm gonna pull up somebody else's stream quickly, and I'm gonna bet you that it's just me because I don't know. Is this a new RD? I wouldn't know. Okay, let's see. I see at least 2 people. BT is streaming. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Well, what do I do now? I mean, doesn't really make sense for me to farm on my own. I guess I could continue my single player character and just chill for a bit. Hey, that'll fix the problem. Give me a sec.
Once he's switching to lightning, as soon as he gets another... He's got a burr and a sir, and then he died with the sir rune on his barbarian, so now he's a full burr rune away from turning into lightning. I'm sure he'll go lightning because it's the best thing to do once you get those 2 items. Did he get the group?
What a pluggy now. Pluggy isn't compatible with this version, right? I gotta switch over.
I'm assuming you did. Nice. So fucking sick.
If there's anyone out there, sorry. The stream quality is kind of shit right now. Moping is pretty much what I do. Although usually it doesn't involve this silly shit with the RD and whatnot. I don't even know if it's an RD. I've never seen that error before. It's a weird thing. Alright, so here we go. Gonna play Rose the Dragoon here. Yeah, so last time I played this character, I made it all the way to Vale. Oh yeah, right. It's a teleporting boss. So I made it all the way to Hell Vale, or Norm Vale. And at this point, I was just trying to do runs. Yeah, okay. I'll even have one bone wall. Wow. Well, he's got the Death Lords, but they don't give me that much in terms of XP. I feel like a Blue Sword does way more damage than this. It's a bit of a shame with the original version of the game. There's no like good poison ability to start off with. Okay, seriously. Get these guys to fuck off somehow. I should have invested the point of Bone Wall instead of investing everything in no, I think I can do that right now. Oh shit. Yeah. Alright. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. There's too many Death Lords right now. Let's do this. Because most of my damage is going to come from Bone Spear anyway, so... I'm gonna put a point of Clay Golem. Let's see here. So I'm definitely gonna max out Bone Spear, that's kind of a given. Bone Prison maybe? Prison, Bone Wall. Because... Okay, let's try this. Bone Armor. I think I have a point in Clay Golem, so... He has like no health. What happens if I put an extra point into Skeleton Mastery? Like how much does this thing get? That's like nothing. Yeah, this gets like, oh, what if I go Golem? Okay, well that's kind of shit. You know what? I'm just gonna go do this. Yeah, forget Teeth. I'm gonna invest all my points into Bone Wall. And, well, I guess now Bone Spear should do enough, and Bone Armor will give me a fair bit of survivability to work with. So I want to actually try this out. As it stands right now, this Summoner build that I was using last time was kind of inadequate. So we'll see hopefully something different in action. I don't know. Maybe I'll actually set this fast. Alright, there we go. And then after I do like a run or two of this Bale, I think I'll try one more time, albeit very likely to be unsuccessful, to try and get back onto BNet. Because that's some single player? Yeah, dude. I mean, oh, you just missed it. Hey, so, I actually got... It was weird. Here, you know what? Let me finish this run of single player, and then I'll load it up for you, and then you can actually see for yourself. But I don't know. It's kind of like an RD, but I've never seen an error message like it before. Wow, that was an empty phone. Well, anyway, yeah. So I was playing, right? I'm like playing BNet, and I was doing some trav runs, but then eventually the server just like prevented me from trying to make any more games. It was the weirdest thing. Like normally it would be like, it would boot me off and be like, oh fuck you, you're RD, right? But this time it wasn't like that. This time it was like, I don't know why he's not going down. There we go. Yeah, this time it was like, oh, you can't join games at this time. And then, well, basically I just couldn't do anything. But yeah, I'm playing BNet I'm playing on single player mostly because I was kicked off of BNet, pretty much. Okay, it's starting to piss me off. But yeah, how are you doing, Artemic? It's good to see you here. I didn't actually expect very many people to show up to today's impromptu little stream. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for myself, to be honest, but I'm doing what I gotta do. And I should probably make a safety CP in case I fuck up, which is quite likely. Oh, fuck. Okay, it's time to try something different for a change. I'm going to summon Bone Armor here, and then I'm actually going to start using Bone Wall. Maybe I can actually use that to my advantage. I haven't been using that very much. Oh shit. This doesn't protect me from... Why the fuck did my character just stop? Okay. I feel like such a rookie compared to the speedrunners who do this, but they dance around these mobs like nothing. Okay, well, that's just fantastic. There you go. I'm gonna buy a few of these, buy a few of these. Okay, nice. Anyway, yeah, those that are just showing up, once again, I'm gonna reiterate this. I have been, I guess, booted off of BNet. I'm guessing I joined games too quickly or something. But I wouldn't know because the servers didn't exactly kick me off. They just didn't let me make any more games. It doesn't seem like anyone else is suffering the same problem, so let's assume. Okay. Let's assume that it's just me who's dealing with this issue. And it doesn't look like that Bone Wall will hold, and he's got extra fast, so that is just fantastic. Also, I'm level 24. I'm level 24, meaning that I get like no XP from these guys, I just realized. If I were 25, then no problem. Of course. Okay, well, this is silly. Oh man, makes me wonder how I'm going to deal with the minions of destruction. Oh cool. There's a more possible. Oh, there we go. Oh cool, and they decrep me too. Or decrep me. Okay, there we go. Back to town. He lost some of this, some of that. Also low on gold too, that's another issue. Yeah, I kind of want to give this Necro another try. Maybe I should just stick with him. I'm not entirely sure which of the two I should do. Is that everybody? I guess that's everybody. Okay, great. Looks like you might need another level. Yeah, dude, as I was just saying, like, oh shit. Okay, well, you know what? That's all for me, folks. I'm gonna fucking try to move back to BNet now. I'm not dealing with that right now. No fucking way. That is just ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, you're definitely right. I need one more level. I need one more level before I can get good returns out of those bail runs. Like, yeah, definitely, I was killing them slowly but surely, but I was getting like jack shit for XP. I need to like farm up an extra level from like Trav or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely a better way to try and approach that, I feel. Anyway, could clear out Serena and Trav. I should really do research about Serena because I have heard so much about her, but I actually don't know who or what she is. Like, look at this shit. This shit right here is why I'm not playing on BNet. Like, I want to play on BNet, and it's basically like giving me the middle finger, you know? It's like, oh yeah, you're in line to create a game. Try joining a game to avoid waiting. It's honestly kind of tempting to just like, I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't have any. Like, I didn't have a backup plan. I just wanted to, like, farm Trav. That was the whole reason why I'm here. And to be honest, at this point, I'd actually just drop the stream, but now, Artemic, you're here. Unless you're planning to go, too. So, I don't know. Serena and Trav. Also annoying, they have to keep switching versions between 1.14 and 1.13. But yeah, it's weird. I can't even do anything. Like, I can come onto the servers, which is unusual, but they're not letting me do anything. I'll try a different realm. Sure, well, let's do that. See if it's just here. Yeah, I could do that. It's just, honestly, I'm starting to, yeah, it seems weird, right? Like, I've never seen that error message before. But yeah, like, oh, do I already have an account on this realm, or did somebody take it? Yeah, wait a second, what the oh yeah, right, hold on, I gotta use the gateway editor, my bad. I gotta use the gateway editor because, well, I normally play on Slash, so. There you go. Let's see if that does the trick for me. Yeah, definitely. Slash reset hype. Oh, dude, I'm so hyped for the fucking reset, dude. Like, it's shit like this and rubber band. Have you heard about the rubber banding issue, Arnemic, by the way? Like, it's something which we don't encounter on Slash. Like, I have a newfound appreciation for Slash's servers, because with Slash, like, yeah, I deal with some really stupid shit. Alright, like, on Slash, I deal with double telly. I deal with like 100+ millisecond ping occasionally, or ping spikes, blah blah blah. But BNet is infinitely fucking worse. Okay, it's so much worse. No, catnip. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no, why did you have to remind me? Oh no, I don't. Okay, look, no, I'm so fucking done. I'm not doing 1K chaos runs this season. That's just not gonna fucking happen. All right, like, no. I've had enough. I think I've had enough of that shit. That's okay. I think somebody else can take up the 1K chaos run, aka torture mantle at this point. 900 chaos? No, fuck you guys. No, and I'm not doing 999 chaos runs either. Okay, like, come on, guys. Like, wasn't it bad the first time, or wasn't it already like, you guys could? I don't know if you guys were there for the last, or I don't remember if you guys were there for the last like 100 runs or whatever, but man, it was like, oh, I was so ready to be done with that shit. Like, I love Chaos Sanctuary, but man. Oh, I don't fucking know. Oh, thank fuck. Alright. I'm good. Only do one zone so many times. Yeah, frankly, I don't think I would have minded all that much. But the fact of the matter is, alright? The fact of the matter is that one zone proceeded to give me Burr, Sir, Jaw, Low, Burr, I think it was, or something crazy like that, and it proceeded to give me Om, Zod, Om. Like, come on, man. It's just, the first 500 were so hype, and then, like, the corresponding 500 runs that came after that were just like, why am I even here? Why do I even bother? Alright? And my luck is so fucked up that after I did those 1,000 chaos runs, I like switch over to BNet, right? Like, I'm on BNet right now, alright? And I don't know if you guys were here when I was streaming BNet last, but I have something to show you, and let me guess. I'm guessing the servers are probably going to cuck me, so I don't think I'll be able to show you anyway. But I'm going to try one more time because I'm a desperate ass motherfucker right now. So I'm going to hop on over to BNet, hopefully. And here, well, let me just. Yeah, okay. So they're basically being a fucking shit stain. All right. Well, basically, what I wanted to show is that I got myself a Jaw rune. I got myself a Jaw rune and a Sur rune from farming within about 3 or 4 hours of each other, just by farming Trav and then like players 2 pits. Like, I just don't understand my luck sometimes. I actually just don't fucking understand how this is even legal for this shit to happen. I'm not shitting you. Like, I would show you these runes. I self-found a Jaw rune and a Sur rune within 3 hours, and I'm not talking about Slash. If it were Slash, okay, well, I mean, it's a Jaw rune and a Sur rune, who gives a fuck? I'm talking here on BNet, okay? I'm talking fucking BNet. I went to go to Trav as per Dan's suggestion, and man, like, I did like some, not even 24 runs in, I think, and like this, I killed one of the council members. I don't even think it was like the boss council members. I think it was just one of the council members, and he just drops me a fucking Jaw rune. I can't comprehend that without Slash no drop. Yeah, you think you can't comprehend that? I can't fucking comprehend that, and I was the one who got the Jaw rune. I was just sitting there like, I was in shock. Like, I actually still have the clip for it. I'm gonna show you, and there's no reaction. Like, I'm sorry if it's not the most exciting of reactions, but I mean, I'm not the most. Well, let's just say that it caught me off guard. All right, here, I gotta show. Like, this was just insane. So yeah, hopefully, I think that should do the trick. So yeah, that was the clip for the Jaw rune. I'm just like sitting there farming and shit. I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting to get anything good. I mean, of course, that's when it drops, right? That's the general rule of Diablo 2. You gotta legitimately expect to get nothing, and then you'll get nothing. So, I'm just like sitting there chilling, farming some fucking Trav because hey, why not, right? Then the game is just like, here you go, here's a Jaw rune, and I'm like, what? I was looking for you all over for you last season when I was farming the first 300 Chaos runs. I was looking for you the latter 500 Chaos runs when the only purple boxes that dropped were worth Ohm or Zaw, or were worth 1, basically. But the Jaw rune makes a fucking nutty casual Jaw on Trav. Yeah, my mind was blown. Like, I was mind boggled. I'm like, I came into this BNet season, so 1K. No, fuck off. To be frank with you, Catnip. Around the AK, you did too many games too fast. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, well, note to self then, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not gonna fucking do. This is the thing that pisses me off too, alright? And I'm actually gonna load up. I think I'm just gonna load up single player so I can chill and chat with you guys. I don't know how long you guys plan to sit around for. To be honest, I was gonna drop the stream once I found out that I got like RD'd. Well, I guess now officially it's RD'd. But I mean, like. I mean, if you guys are gonna hang around for a bit, then I'll just chat and chill with you guys for a bit. But anyway, time to pull this guy into focus, and I don't know what to do with this motherfucker. That's for sure. Like, this kid's hopeless. This kid's got nothing going for him. Anyway, maybe I'll just farm Frigid for a bit. Like, I can like AFK farm while I talk to you guys. But yeah, so. Yeah, I don't know what to say. 1K Chaos, or sorry, the joining games too quickly. Honestly, I think it was a mistake for me not to like. I should have added like Shank and Pendle and like Eldritch or some shit, or just Eldritch. If I went Eldritch and Trav, I think it would have been fine. But yeah, I was doing those runs way too quickly. Seriously, fuck BattleNet. This is the thing. This is one of the reasons why BattleNet sucks cock, okay? It sucks so much dick. It's ridiculous. It's like, I just don't get it. How do you have this game's like 15 years old, like it's like 17 years old or some shit, alright? And it just boggles my brain, like, that they weren't able to fucking upgrade into something a bit more. Yeah, sadly it isn't quite like Slash. And at this point I'm just ranting. I'm sorry, like I know somebody out there's gonna be that guy who's gonna sit there and be like, oh, yeah, well, you know, these servers weren't coded for. No, fuck, like first of all, these servers were totally updated as of recent. Like, they've done stuff to try and make the servers better, but they've somehow also had the unfortunate side effect of making them worse. That's the first thing. Second thing is, like, I'm just bitching. Honestly, I'm just bitching. Like, don't mind me. Anyway. Oh yeah, Realm Down to put in to combat bots and map hack. Yes, of course. It's to deal with the bots. Like, bro, it just makes no sense to me. Like, okay, well, what about us people who... there's honestly way easier... Honestly, if they wanted to fucking combat this, that's bullshit. That's next level bullshit. That's what I say. Punishes... Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like, okay, shit, that's great, dude. Like, good for you. You're trying to, like, take a harder stance against bots, except you fuck pretty much everybody else over who's actually trying to MF legit. Like, what if I just want to farm, let's say, Mephisto, right? Like, let's say I don't know, fuck, Mephisto's not a good example because you probably wouldn't make it to Mephisto within like a minute anyway, or maybe you would. I guess you probably would. Let's say you want to just farm Mephisto over and over again. Let's say you can actually clear him in like a minute. So you can only do about 25 runs or so before you'll immediately get kicked off BNet, right? Like just now I was doing Travs at like a little over a minute a run, and I still got booted off BNet. Like, imagine what it's like for sort of... It's so stupid that we have to incorporate other places that we don't actually want to have to farm, but do so just for the sake of avoiding Realm Down. Like, how stupid is that? Even Nith can be done super fast. Yeah, there's a really good example. Like, think about that, right? Like, if I'm to sit here and farm Neelithak, if I'm to sit here and just non-stop farm Neelithak, like, and it can be done. Like, you can totally do Nith fast, because Nith, you always know where he is. You don't need fucking map hack and shit for it. Like, if you just want to farm D-keys non-stop, then yeah, it'd be great to farm Pin. You could do that on Slash, you just can't do it here. Like, I mean, I don't know. It just, fuck, I just wish that we could throw everybody off of BNet and just push them over to Slash Diablo. Like, well, actually, no, that's probably a really bad idea, but you get what I'm talking about. It's just, Slash is just way better, and playing on BNet has reminded me of just how bad, like, just why it was so fantastic to switch over to Slash in the first place. And this is not even factoring in the rubber banding issue that has come recently. You don't even know about it, Arnamic, because you don't play on BNet. But there is an even worse issue right now. If you play on the realms, like, your character, it's weird. Your character will desync, right? Like, it's like a really super shitty type of lag. Like, sorts are pretty much unaffected because they don't actually run with their characters unless they're in town, I guess. So, not a lot of people are complaining about it because pretty much everyone and their fucking mother right now on BNet is playing a sorceress, as per usual. So, because everyone's playing on BNet as a sorceress, they don't know that this issue is a problem. But for those of us who are not actually playing as a sorceress, we can notice the issue right away. To have another 200, 300 people on Slash, make the ladders more active past first month. You know, yeah, I do think that would be nice, but I think, honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think it's just unavoidable. I legitimately don't think that people get sick of playing Slash. It's just that, well, okay, I'm speaking for myself here, alright? I'm speaking for myself, but for me, I was going to the Ruined Temple is good reason. She's farm 100% chance for... Okay, Kuros Bizarre. Alright, I'll take your word for it, Arnamic. Like, I saw your suggestion to go to, like, A3, so I'm gonna do that. By the way, Catnip, are you still here, or did you already, peace out? Because I was gonna talk about the 1K Trav runs. To be quite honest, like, I wanted to do those 1K Trav runs, but, like, there's just no way to do 1K fucking Trav runs when you got... yeah, I'm just doing that because... oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay. I was just checking if you were here because I was going to start bitching about this, and I wanted you to be here for it since you were the one who brought it up. And I know you're saying this in jest, but I was like, still listening. Okay, so, I mean, you know, to be quite frank with you, I told you that I have a jaw. I don't know if I also told you, I also have... oh, well, yeah, no, I did tell you. I found a jaw and then a Sir within 4 hours. The Sir I found off of pits. I was farming players 2-2, I think. There was a guy, a barbarian, who was with me, and he asked me, like, yo, pretty chill guy, I think. He's like, yo, you want to farm pits together? You kill the monsters and I'll hork them, and then I'll also provide you with bow. And I thought it was the most fantastic partnership I've ever had since I fucking got my, like, I don't know, I hit up my last friends with benefits or some shit. But honestly, honestly, it was lit, okay? Like, we were sitting there fucking farming together, and then, like, all of a sudden, he's like, hey, yeah, there's a gigantic-ass stack of monsters here, alright? There's a gigantic-ass... Yeah, well, I figured it out that one. So he's like, yeah, there's a fat-ass stack of monsters. Go, and you should go farm this. I'm like, sure, no problem. And I ran over, and I farmed it. Like, I just went, I'm like, oh, sure, let's shit on these monsters. And then, I fucking kill them all. Or even like 1 or 2 packs, and then a Surun just falls on the floor, and I'm like, oh shit. Okay, so I rush to pick up the Surun, and I successfully get it. And he didn't even notice that a Surun dropped. That's how quick I managed to snatch, I managed to scoop it, or slurp it. And to be honest with you, dude, at this point, I have a Jaw and a Sur. And also, I think one of my pit runs, or chaos runs, I found a superior dust crowd, which happened to roll 8 ED with 3 sockets, alright? Like, this is Destiny telling me that I am to make an Enigma. Like, this Hammerdin that I made was supposed to be this janky-ass Hammerdin, like, budget Hammerdin, that was supposed to prove, well, mostly to myself, that you can totally start off the season by farming pits. Players 8 pits with garbage, and you can still get away with it. And it's like, okay, sure, fine. That's fantastic. And that's what I did, right? But like, but the game gave me these runes, a Jaw rune and a Sur rune. I feel like, you know, I feel like at this point I'm just banking on another Sur or a Burr rune. And, like, yeah, I mean, if I could choose, I'd prefer the Burr rune, obviously. But obviously, like, if I can get my hands on that Burr rune, or that Sur rune, yeah, if I can get my hands on that Sur rune, then yeah, I can actually make myself an Enigma, like, week 1, even. And this is, like, not even playing intensively, which is just absurd. Like, my luck on BNet is actually better than my luck on Slash, but that's besides the point. What I was trying to say was... those Trav runs, right. So I need to do those Trav runs anyway to actually find my runes. Like, I think that, well, Dan was the one who said it, so probably makes the most sense to do it, right? Like, the farming Trav is probably my best bet for getting what I'm looking for. For getting Sur... Yeah, nerf me. No fucking nerf BNet drop rates. Oh, wait a second. But yeah, no, legit. Like... I want to do those 1,000 Trav runs, but frankly, I don't want to do those 1,000 Trav runs, but I might end up having to do about 1,000 Trav runs just to get the high rune that I'm looking for. But even if I don't get the high rune that I'm looking for, like right now, right, I already did 47 Trav runs. I already charted down my drops for 47 Trav runs. 20 previously, before I started, you know, streaming my runs. That's why I started run 20 while you guys were gone. So I did like 27 Trav runs, and then I got dicked over by RD. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and of course, I'm not going to do Trav runs on Slash then. That's honestly just retarded. Like, why would I do that? Why would I actually do that? Sorry if that offends, by the way, but why would I do that to myself? Why would I go do Trav runs on Slash when there's obviously better alternatives like Chaos Pits? Even next season, I know exactly what I plan to farm. And you guys are going to think me crazy, and I'm looking forward to it entirely. Like, you guys are going to shit bricks when you see the build that I have for next season. And it's going to be fantastic. Like, honestly, I'm so fucking pumped for next season. But this is just filler. This is just a taste test. Not of the build that I'm going to use. Like, I'm not going to do the hammer this. Oh, shit. Sec. Let's get BNet and go for Slash. Dude, honest. Well, I mean, for me, I'm playing both. I don't see an issue with that. Like, I talk shit about BNet a lot, but I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? This is a nice chance to try one of those cookie cutter builds that I'll never play on Slash, because I actually take Slash resets seriously. BNet resets are a fucking joke. Like, they're actually such a massive fucking joke. Already, when day 3 rolled around and I got my Jaw rune, I was like, bitches, I got a fucking Jaw rune. And then after that, I got the Sur rune, and I went around and I was like, ha, motherfuckers, I got my Jaw and I got my Sur. Beat that. And then people are talking to each other like, yo, yeah, people have already started duping. Or no, sorry. Shit. Let me take a step back. I go and join a Chaos run. I'm like ready to like fuck shit up. And then like this Sorceress, okay, Lightning Sword, already has fucking infinity. I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm just like chilling. I'm like, alright, gotta play this cool, I asked him, I'm like, yo, so, oh damn, it's nice to see you got your infinity. And I'm like, yo, so where'd you get the runes for it? And he's like, duped them. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I didn't say this, but I'm like, well, that's just fantastic. It's just a sad reminder of why I don't play on this fucking piece of shit server. So, I don't know. I just, it's a sad reminder that, yeah, if I'm playing BNet, this is why I don't want to trade with anybody, because if people are just, like, duping shit, I'm just trading with dupers, and it's like, what the fuck? So, yeah, sorry. I'm really going all over the place, but that's just something I wanted to share, because it legitimately kind of pissed me off. I mean, it didn't really piss me off, because, I mean, I'm like, oh, yeah, of course, I should have expected this. But still, it's just a sad reminder that, yeah, at this point, we're just all waiting for BNet reset. Fuck, not BNet reset, slash reset. Because slash reset is actually pretty legit, right? And I'm fucking pumped. Like, I have something in mind. When you guys see it, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be, it's just gonna be fantastic. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is a lot. And see, this is the thing. If this were BNet, I fucking guarantee you that, like, I would have been stuck there. I fucking guarantee it. And I would have been hooped over to rubber banding. But, fortunately, that's not the case here. Talk up this new build. Yeah, because it's gonna be crazy. Crazy good or crazy bad, I'm not sure which. But, you know, we're gonna find out together, because, to be honest, I haven't really ever tested this build in a reset before. I've tested in single player, have it on, like, Hero Editor, I you know, planned out my gear and shit. I know how I'm gonna play the first days of reset and whatnot, but when it comes down to it, alright, when it comes down to it, I don't actually know if this build will work. Maybe it'll flop. Maybe it'll be the biggest piece of shit you'll have seen since, I don't know, Trump took presidency, or I don't fucking know. But man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be the good shit. No matter what happens, I'm pretty amped. That's all. Yeah, I think this, you guys have like fun. Alright. And I think that's pretty much everybody. So I can actually see now why people farm Battlemate Serena. She actually gives a fuck to XP. I mean, I know that, to be honest with you, I gotta thank you, Artemic, because, like, I've always seen speedrunners farm this area, I just never knew where it was. And you said Kuros Bazaar, Ruined Temple, and, well, this is just amazing. Anyway. But yeah, Slash gets a bit meh after a month or so, as most people just solo farming only a few pub games. You're right, it gets a lot less interesting then, but then it becomes a question of trading, I feel like, and I want to talk more about that in a second, but I kind of got to use the bathroom. Thinking of new ways to approach the reset trap would be interesting if I could find the time to play anyways. Yeah, no, that's the thing, right? The time to play. And of course, start of reset, everybody's amped to play. I'm amped to play too. But, I mean, it's just the fact of life that eventually, you know, other obligations get in the way. And, well, once other obligations get in the way, and there's that combination of you start getting items, and it's like, well, you run out of stuff to go for. Last season, I was super pumped to play, but the stuff that I was looking for, it was just impractical for me to get to ever finish my build. I wanted to get like a 220 Necrosur. I got that, but I wanted a 3 after that I wanted 3 PNB, 20 FCR, 2 socket. Like, I was ever gonna find that. And then I also wanted to find like a 2 and 15 Necro Amulet. You guys saw my endless attempts to try and craft one of those, and I still never got one, despite having gone through over, I think it was 6 ohms worth of crafting packs. So yeah, to be quite honest, after a while it's just time to call it quits. But yeah, more on that in a second. I do hope you guys are back here when I get back, but I mean, if you guys are going to be going to do your own thing, it was nice to see you guys again, but I really do have to go use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Alright, hey, what's up guys? Sorry, had to go use the bathroom. I don't know if anyone's still here. Especially, I don't know how to say his name. Like, somebody from YouTube just dropped a message, and I presume that's Korean. But I don't actually know what any of that says, so... yeah, I'm gonna try one more time to hop on BNet, because I'm really trying to get on board these Trav runs. Because honestly, I've been having a fair bit of fun with them. Nice change of pace, you know? Something new to expect. They drop a lot of magic items, so I always sift for amulets. And I found a +3 light skills ammy, so that was pretty nice. But anyway, I'm not sure what to do on slash reset myself, honestly. Hey, nice to see you again, Arnamic. So, yeah, that's a fair statement to make. But I'm gonna tell you something. There's always something to do on D2. In my opinion. In my opinion, right? And you can make this goal be whatever you want it to be. In my case, just not a Sork. Exactly. Exactly. That's the thing. I'm telling you, man, there's a fucking epidemic right now, alright? And it's called the Sorceress... it's like called Sorceress-itis or some shit. And I'll show you why it's called Sorceress-itis. Oh, for fuck's sake, I still can't get on. But, take a look at this shit. Sorceress, 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 Paladin, Paladin, Sorceress, Necro. Sorceress, 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 Barbarian. Sorceress, Sorceress, Paladin. Barbarian, Barbarian, ooh! Sorceress, 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 Paladin, Paladin. Sorceress. Like, you see what I mean? Like, everyone plays a fucking Sorceress. And you'll see more of them during the reset. I feel like some of these are alts, or other tunes now. But, everyone plays the exact same way, and it's the most boring shit ever. I mean, Sword default is too potent. No, it's true. And that's why I've been trying to figure out alternative ways of making characters that are able to compete with a Sorceress. And so far I've discovered 2 builds that can compete with a Sorceress, even on reset day. Oh wow, okay, sorry, in the first few days of reset, I should say. Easy with potent AoE builds, yes. But, I mean, last season, when I went Poison Necro, I got myself, yep, Necro. I still stand by Necro being fantastic, and this was off of sheer luck, but I've already found John Sir on this Hammerton, so technically, I would say that this is probably the richest I've been so early in the season. Like, even on Slash, I've never been this rich. Like, if I had this kind of luck on Slash, Jaw and Sir on the first 3 days of the ladder, like, people would fucking bow to me. Like, I'd be like fucking Jeff Bezos, or I'd be the Jeff Bezos of Slash, like, day 3 with this shit. Okay, maybe not, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but obviously, like, this Hammerton, this is the point I was trying to make. This Hammerton, I'd like to think that he's proof that you can play as a class that's not named Sorceress, and you can still potentially compete with people who are playing Sorceresses. But anyway, I digress. Arnamic, the original thing that I was trying to say was, you're not sure what you should go for? Well, don't just look at it in terms of what class should I play, alright? I think that this is kind of a mistake that people often make, at least this is my take on it. Have a goal. Have a goal in mind. Last season my goal was to make, like, my dream Poison Necro. I wanted to have a 3-piece Trang Necro with D-Web. Well, ideally a good D-Web, but hey, I guess I can't complain too much. But yeah, a good D-Web, and I think it was 75 FCR. That was what I was going for. Yeah, I want to try that build, this one on Slash. Like, when I was playing solo, single player, I was able to get my runs down with that build to, like, I think it was a minute and 8. A minute and 8 was the fastest I could go. But, yeah, like, on Slash, that would translate to minute 15, minute 20, I don't know. But, yeah, that was the thing, right? Like, I was testing out, I wanted to get my crazy-ass building gear, or, well, geared up, and... or, like, I wanted to make it a reality, and I wanted to be able to get my run speeds to be as fast as they could be. Now, of course, that also then led me to my secondary goal, right? Like, I had a lot of stuff lined up. You saw, you were there for a lot of this. One of the other big things that I did was, how was it? Oh yeah, the 1,000 chaos runs. That was the thing. I set out, and I went and did 1,000 chaos runs. I was like, I fucking love Chaos Sanctuary. I still love Chaos Sanctuary. Don't get me wrong. Chaos Sanctuary always pays out. You guys know my motto. I stand by it. I'm ride or die with Chaos Sanctuary. Alright. But yeah, I did 1,000 runs, and I got, well, first of all, as Catnip knows, I don't know if he's still there, but yeah, like, he knows that I got 0 fucking orange boxes. I got no griffins, no well, okay, and I don't count Arachnid Sash, not that they dropped during the 1,000 runs, but they did while I was off stream. But yeah, so, in 1,000 runs, no orange boxes, like, can you believe it? Not a single orange box drops. But I get Verge, like, yeah, so no orange boxes, so no Griffs, no, D-Web, no Death's Fathom, just one. That's all I was asking for. I just wanted one of them. Didn't even need to be all of them, or didn't need to be 2, just could have used one. Just for bragging purposes, like, I didn't even need to sell it. Like, I just wanted to be able to say, I got an orange box this season, but I just gave up on that. I was like, fuck it. I'm clearly never gonna get an orange box this season. Next season, I don't know. Oh yeah, but of course I got 10 purple boxes in the 1,000 runs that I did. I think that's very nice. It was a great goal. I had a lot of fun with it. And about now it's time for me to start doing some more chaos runs, of course. No, sorry, bail runs. So I'm gonna do that. But you get where I'm coming from, though, right? I think you definitely get where I'm coming from. Next season, 5 orange boxes or plus. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh man, you guys are really trying to push my buttons here, but no, really, like that's just what I'm trying to say. There's always new goals, right? New ways of playing the game. It doesn't need to be, which class should I play? A lot of people say that, like, I want to play this class. I want to just go MF nonstop until I fully get my character. Okay, fine. That's a worthy goal. It's just there's other things that you could try to like gun for too. There's definitely a lot of stuff you could gun for. You could gun for, compiling data on the runs that you do. You could focus on trying to trade. You could become like, I think Hellfire ran like 100 torches this season, and because of that, he was offering like Vex for 3 keys or some shit like that. No, Gull for 3. Gull for 3, I think it was? Yeah, Gull for 3 keys, which was just downright insane. Like, a lot of people were really buying into that. And in fact, it's exactly goals like that that make me think, right? Like, next season, I'm pretty fucking pumped. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do, and this music is befitting. Hey, Toto Bamf. Nice to see you. Started playing D2 again today. Okay, that's very nice. Level 18 so far. That's amazing. But let me ask you this, Toto. Are you playing on BNet or are you playing on single player? I know it's kind of a ridiculous question. But I'm just... wait a second. Hold on. There's somebody else here. I'm guessing you're playing on BNet though, right? Because if you're playing around this time, then probably you would have heard of the reset, and then you're probably here because you heard about the reset. Anyway. BNet ladder. Okay. What realm? What realm? Like, because to be honest with you, dude, I would be playing BNet right now. So I'm playing single player, but that's only because I can't really play on BNet right now. Okay, I can, but I need to actually... I've been RD'd, basically. Long story short, I've been RD'd, and I'm pretty fucking pissed off about that. US East. Okay, cool. So, we could play together sometime. To be honest with you, dude, I could... Like, if you could... You know, I would actually have offered to just G-rush you straight into Hell mode. If you could actually find a bumper, and if I could actually hop back onto the servers, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon, so... But yeah, nice to have you with us. Hopefully you're doing well. I mean, I've got my character, you said you're level 18 so far, that's pretty awesome, and that's today too. This isn't to brag, but definitely, like, I think on the first day, like, I went hard with the reset, and I got my guy to, like, level 72, I think it was? And then the second, oh shit, fucked. And that's what I got for not making a safety TV. Ladies and gentlemen, fucking always make a safety TP before you do stupid shit like that. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, there goes my run. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That level was like night and day. Like, it just, for some bizarre ass reason, now like these runs are substantially easier. Like, yeah, I just died, but at least I'm not getting womboed. So there's that. But yeah, dude. So BNet, eh? Or US East, eh? Alright, but yeah, I had a level 72 character day 1, and then I pushed and got to like level 80, I think, on day 2. Slightly distracted talking to us. Yeah, but that's not a good excuse, right? Like, it's just not a good excuse because, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's an acceptable excuse, but it's not one I want to use. I want to get good at being able to oh fuck, okay, except for these Death Lords. You know what? Shit, my hotkeys are in the wrong spot. Okay, well, that's not bad. You have your account banned? Oh, no. Don't worry, they didn't catch me for botting that quickly. No, I'm fucking with you. I'm not actually botting. Like, all my runs are legit, and I even show them to you, but, that's a lot of Death Lords. I don't want to deal with these Death Lords. Here, you know what? This game hates me. It's official. No, I didn't get banned. I just got RD'd. Or realm down. It doesn't look like I got realm down, but I got realm down. Long story short, I was joining games way too quickly, I guess. My trav runs, like, I was doing them in about a minute. And then eventually, I guess the game was just like, haha, you're doing them too quickly, so go fuck yourself. And, well, now here I am. I would love to, you know, continue the trav runs that I was doing, right? But, nope, game be like, nope, no trav runs for you. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm not banned, I'm just waiting for, I'm sure you know about what realm down is if you play on BNet, and then I would imagine in the past you probably join games really quickly because you're like MFing, and then it's like, well, you know, you get fucked over because the game just like, ha, take this. And then, well, yeah, then here I am. Leveling my single player character. I was trying to do like a shitter speedrun previously. To be honest, I'm almost proud that I actually got the speedrun done in almost, it wasn't even, I'm not even done yet actually, technically, because I haven't killed Vale. But I made it up to about Vale in about a little over 3 hours for like my first time doing like a straight playthrough of the game with this Necro. But still, I have learned that going Necro is better for this. Anyway, when are you getting access to it again? Well, that's a good question. BNet is really weird about that, you know? They don't ever tell you that you're banned. Or rather, shit, okay, you know what? I should really stop doing that. I'm not even, I should at least go to town before I start throwing shit into my belt. Anyway, that's one of the quirks of BNet. They won't ever tell you, like, oh yeah, you'll be unbanned in, like, let's say 3 days, or like 3 hours, or, you know, 5 minutes. It'll just be like, you have to, like, you know, give it a bit of breathing space, and then eventually it'll say, okay, you've had enough punishment for doing nothing. Here you go, you can get back on the servers. Because right now, if I go try to check, then it'll probably just, like, it's the weirdest thing, right? Like, you need to actually give it breathing time before you can hop back on the servers, because if you don't, then the game, Blizzard, will just be like, oh, yeah, we're just going to ban you, basically, or we're just going to keep you realm down, and there's nothing you can do about it, which is, you know, kind of shitty. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but yeah, you probably, I don't know why I'm talking about this. You already probably know all about this. Like, you're a BNet player too. I'm sure that at some point in your life, you've been fucking realm down because Blizzard is a bunch of cucks. Anyway, it's been, I've never heard of it. Oh, okay, my mistake. So, yeah, later on, okay, if you do intend to keep playing ladder, I fucking guarantee you, you will eventually hit a point where you have left and joined games so quickly that the game will just boot you off because, well, Realm Down is the thing. That's what it's called, Realm Down. But what it basically means is it'll just prevent access from your account if you join and leave games too quickly. And you might be thinking, okay, well, how quickly is too quickly? It honestly depends on how moody the servers are. Like, I don't know. I don't think anybody has like a clear-cut understanding of exactly how a Realm Down works. All you gotta know is it's the most annoying shit that you'll deal with on BNet, or one of the most annoying things that you'll deal with on BNet. Anyway, sorry, that's just my little spiel on why BNet is kind of annoying to deal with. That's all. Am I trying to do classic Barb on the season? Good, rare, +2 Barb neck. Yeah, well, that's awesome, Artemis. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like, try classic. Yeah, that's a great goal to have. I mean, a lot of people are like, hey, yeah, you know, what is it like playing on classic? People always talking about classic. People talk about like classic rushes and shit like that. Yeah, like why not make a character on a classic where you can't even get access to Rune Words? That's another appeal to it, or to classic too. You can't get overpowered Rune Words like fucking Infinity and Enigma. And I don't know. Here's the other amazing thing about Slash. Like, you get. Which one is that? This one. There you go. Wall them off. I'm gonna piece out of here. You get access to multi-boxing, which also, people don't realize it, but it also enables for very creative playstyles. You can multi-box, you know, Cold Sword Paladin, Hammerdin, and some other shit if you're playing Classic. You can make a bow barb to negate the need for CTA at the cost of extra time. You can 4-box. You can, like, there's so many different ways to play on Slash, or just D2 in general. Like, I don't think there's any need to be like, oh, well, I don't know what to do next season. Like, in your case, no, you're fine. Like, I know you're not the type of person to be all like, oh, yeah, you know, D2 is boring because of this, but you're kind of like mulling, like, okay, what can I do? Which is definitely the right attitude to have, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people don't really realize this. They think, oh, this is the only way. This is, like, they ask, like, what's the most efficient way? So they always play Sorceress, but, like, okay, what about trying a new character class, right? Why not try a Necro? Why not try to compete with other Sorceresses who are trying to get rich quickly by using, let's say, a Trapsin? Or, in my case, I had that idea, what if you used, like, 4-box... what if you started 4-boxing with, what was it? Sorry, it was, Trapsins. There you go. Like, if you could have 4 Trapsins doing Balins, is that even viable? Is that even something worth considering? Is that even, like, is that plausible, feasible? I don't know. That's definitely something I would want to try in a future season, though. That's all. Yeah, so go Slash, never regret. Oh, yeah, no, definitely not, dude. Slash is fantastic, it really is. And this may actually take me a while, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me for this. But at the very least, it didn't spawn 2 things, so I should be able to manage them. I got decrepit though, so that's a bit of a bummer. I'll actually just be fucking dead right here, but... Anyway, will D2 Remastered come out one day, says Toto? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would, maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's all really up to Blizzard, right? And this is the thing, There's a lot of people who keep speculating, oh, will we see a remastered version of the game? And frankly, I'm going to put this very bluntly, the speculating that people do kind of means jack shit, right? Even right now, there's this new job position open in Blizzard for somebody to lead a new team for Diablo or some shit like that. I don't know the exact needs, but that's what it says, basically. That's basically what it says. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, we need somebody to like lead a team for BNet, or no, not for BNet, for Diablo, because we're gonna like make a new something or another. But it's like they don't explicitly say what it is they want to make, right? Which means like they haven't confirmed that it's D3, or sorry, a new expansion for D3. They haven't confirmed that it's D2 remastered. They haven't confirmed that it might be Diablo 4 even. And they certainly I don't know, it could be anything. It could be like a Diablo open world. It could be like World of Diablo, right? But a lot of people are at this point just being all like, oh yeah, it's clear that this is going to be the D2 remastered. No, there's no guarantee that it's going to be D2 remastered. So no one really knows. Like, I bet you even right now, Blizzard themselves don't know if there will ever be a D2 remastered. I'm sure that it's been on the table for a long time. It's been on the table for a long time, but obviously, they need to, well, they have the rights to the game, and they're the ones who get the final decision, or who make the final decision on Dungeons of Diablo, yeah. But no, really, it's them who make the final decisions as to whether or not they want to make a remastered version of the game. And no random, you know, streamer or YouTuber or whatever will be able to say otherwise. No, I don't actually know what... Are they fucking healing faster than I'm doing damage to them? Are you fucking serious right now? Really? I actually can't damage them. I was wondering for the longest time, they're actually healing, like regenning, straight up. Oh, for fuck's sake, yo, I'm out of here. Do I just back out? Yeah, I just fucking back out of here. I can't even kill them. This is the most absurd thing. They heal faster than I do damage to them. Okay. And I'm actually almost out of gold, so before I continue these runs, I actually want to farm Frigid a bit, see if I can get a bit of gold and start selling shit so I can refill my... Honestly, yeah, I didn't even expect Eldritch to be so XP heavy, but I guess earlier the reason why I didn't get much out of it was because it just... there was too high a level gap, but I mean now I have access to everything in A5, so this is just fantastic. You still there, by the way? Yeah, you still there, Totobam? Hopefully I didn't put you to sleep with that explanation, but I really wanted to cover my bases because I don't want to fall in the same trap that I feel like a lot of other people are making, and just being kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to be a bit more, I'm trying to be realistic here, right? Like, maybe they will make it, maybe they won't. We really have no idea. There's some people who are like, oh no, this is just, they're out of their fucking mind if they're gonna make it, which means they're probably not gonna make it because they're not out of their fucking mind. And well, other people have a complete opposite stance. It's like, okay, well, there's lots of hype for the game, but then you got to think about who's playing it, right? Like right now, just because a lot of people are, well, I've had some people say, man, D2 is more popular than D3. It's crazy that they're still doing stuff for D3. And that is just not true. I've actually heard people say this, and that's just straight up not true. You can, like, take a look at a lot of different measures, but, like, for me, even looking at Twitch numbers, unless you have a speedrunner streaming, and even if you have a speedrunner streaming D2, there's still very likely going to be more people watching D3 over D2. Even right now, like, I've talked to more people who know about D3 than D2. It's the newest version of the game. You tell me any other game that is an earlier version of the game that people still play it more than the latest version of the game. There's very few games like that out there. There really is. Even like for example, yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I have a pretty limited idea of oh, Dole Rune. That's actually useful for me. I can maybe make Dole and Io for white later. But anyway, yeah, even looking at like Dota, I mean, I've played that a fair bit, right? No one will ever say Dota 1 is more popular than Dota 2. That's just insane. Okay, sorry, yeah, you're absolutely right. You guys are 100% right. RuneScape. Although RuneScape, I'm not so sure about that. I'm actually not sure. That's a really clever one. I'm not 100% sure about that. I am not 100% sure about that. And I'm not trying to say that just for the sake of, you know, disagreeing. Like, BNet, or sorry, old school RuneScape is a thing. But I don't know if it's like more popular than than the new, than RS3. They closed the new one, or are closing it. No, 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 no. I think you have your timeline a little bit off. They're closing RuneScape Classic, not old school RuneScape, like old school RuneScape. Sorry, Classic RuneScape, or RuneScape Classic. And I really want to emphasize this because there were a lot of people who were misinformed, because when it was first announced, there were certain news outlets, your gaming news outlets, that were like, oh shit, they're closing RuneScape Classic. It's like, okay, bruh, no, that is just not true. They're not closing, they're closing, you know, old RuneScape. And it's like, okay, yes, they are closing old RuneScape, but this is RuneScape Classic. The RuneScape that, if I'm being quite blunt about it, no one really gives a fuck about. No one gives a shit about old school RuneScape, or sorry, classic RuneScape at this point. Everyone's hyped for old school RuneScape. Now that's the thing. I don't know. I don't play RuneScape. Are you serious? Is that how it's at right now? Because last time I checked, it was quite the reverse, believe it or not. Maybe now it's different. I've also heard some arguments being made for, you know, there's more botters in old school RuneScape. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. But yeah, fine. You guys got me. Good counterexample, whatever. It's you guys get my point though, right? Like, I don't want people, you know, spreading this idea that, oh yeah, D3, like, and I mean, I know a lot of people who say that D3 is like a not a bad game, but they'll say shit like. They'll say shit like, oh yeah, everyone they've talked to says that D3 is less fun than D2. Well, yeah, I mean, if the only people that you talk to are people from the D2 Twitch, the D2 category on Twitch, right? Like, if you're only going to D2 streams, then I think it kind of stands to reason that, yeah, most of the people who you're going to encounter in these streams. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's a night smoke. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, night smoke. Very nice. But yeah, I think it stands to reason that, yeah, most of the people that you'll encounter in D2 streams are there because they enjoy D2, right? So it's kind of bizarre that people would be all like, oh, yeah. I think that, you know, I think that pretty much everyone I talked to said that D2 is better than D3. Or, yeah, when, you know, you only talk to people who specifically play D2, or like maybe they've played D3 but they're obviously back to D2 because they prefer D2. So yeah, I mean, like, you gotta, what's it called again? I think it's called sampling bias. Yes, there we go. It's the exception, not the norm, though. Yes, and that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. OSRS has more than double the players of RS numbers for the last few days. OSRS 30k to 70k, 15k source RuneScape population average by quarter hour. Oh, that's fantastic. Very, very well laid out information there. And I mean, I'm just giving food for thought. I mean, if indeed our OS, I gotcha. You're right. I guess. I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't done the research on it. I'm just trying to give food for thought. All right, like yeah. OSRS, like, and frankly, I prefer it that way. OSRS is way cooler than fucking RS3, in my personal opinion. But, like, I digress. There's a lot of people who will spread misinformation about this and that, and I just think that, for me personally, I'm okay with whatever decision they make. Because, I mean, and I didn't, like, I actually did see this, but I didn't get around to addressing it just yet. I think it was Arnamic who said, where was it? Arnamic said, I honestly think D2 is fine as it is. And it really is. Like, a lot of people are asking for a remastered version for something that's already, you know, it's fine where it's at, except for rubber banding on BNet servers. That is unforeseeable. And like, Whirlwind bug right now. Whirlwind's kind of fucked up right now. But if you ignore those two things, like, we're in a state where, you know, you could kind of leave it as is, right? And here's the other thing, too, that I don't think a lot of people really think about. Like, it's been brought up. I've seen some people bring it up, but I was thinking about this, too, myself. Like, if you want a remastered version of the game, what are you remastering? What are you changing? Right? Like, is it just going to be... Okay, I definitely don't need that. Is it just going to be the graphics for the game? Or are you going to be changing gameplay as well? Because there are remastered versions, looking at COD 4 here, COD 4 remastered, which change the gameplay, and then at that point it's like, is it really remastered? Like, remastered can hold a broad range of things, right? Because, yeah, like, in some cases, some people might say, oh yeah, if you're gonna have a remastered version, you should just make the graphics look better. Alright, fine, fair enough. But then some people will also say, you should remaster the game by changing the graphics, and you should make it so that Hammergens aren't busted as fuck. Right? Okay, well, then you've got other people who will say, okay, well, what about, say, Blizzard sorcerers? They're brutally overpowered too, right? And then there's probably this other camp, which I'm surprised no one's brought it up yet, but there needs to, like, they need to nerf teleport bad in order for other classes to stand a chance. I mean, like, honestly, the reason why Blizzard, why sorceresses right now are so predominant is because they have teleport, and that's causing this epidemic of sorceresses, right? It's a plague of sorceresses because everyone is using teleport. So if you're gonna remake a remastered version and you're gonna try to rebalance Hammergens and you're gonna try to rebalance Blizzard sorceresses, then you see what I mean? Like it's not as simple as just being like, oh, I wanna make a remastered version of the game. It's like, okay, well, there's a lot of thought that goes into it. So definitely, will we see a remastered version? I think personally, yeah. If you were to give me, like, I'm honestly really 50-50 about it. Believe it or not, like, it's not too far-fetched to expect remastered D2, I feel like, because they've already done it for StarCraft, but then again, I don't know, maybe Blizzard thinks a bit differently, maybe they have their own agenda, I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, that's kind of, those are my thoughts, Toto. Those are definitely my thoughts regarding just the remasters and whatnot. Snowballs, yes, exactly. It's like how the discussion is about classic WoW. Yeah, that's always the issue with remastered versions of games. Like, remastered from where exactly? Where do you want to draw the line on this remaster? The game was fine just as is, right? Well, if it is fine just as is, then why are you even trying to remaster the game in the first place? It just makes no sense. So, yeah, food for thought. But anyway, at any rate, I think that discussion, I think I've said what I needed to. And it looks like there's a Grand Scepter. Very nice. Confirmed Eldritch is a great new spot to farm for single player. Also fixed teleport, add a 5-second cooldown to this skill. Only reduced by adding hard points to the skill. Well, that's kind of what POD did. And honestly, I don't need this, so I'm going to sell it. I immediately regret my decision. I could have just held on to it for Holy Grail or whatever. Anyway, no, yeah, you're right. You could totally do that. You could totally do that. But, to be frank with you, Artemic, I think people would absolutely hate that. I think people would actually, like, I fucking guarantee it. There's gonna be some people out there, there's gonna be, like, purists, who, probably the same people who complain about Hammergens, will probably proceed to complain when teleport gets nerfed. They will actually piss bricks, and they'll just be like, oh, this game is fucking unplayable because the sorceress doesn't have, crazy teleport anymore, because people love teleport, and it's probably unthinkable to people, like, people wouldn't be able to fathom the idea of teleport spontaneously getting, like, a cooldown, you know, like, I just don't think, people would be too happy about that, that's all. I really don't think that people would sit around and be like, oh, yeah, you know, nerfing teleport would be a good idea, because honestly, that's what they need to do, right? If they really want to try and rebalance shit, they definitely need to nerf that fucking teleport, so that other classes can get a chance in the spotlight. Especially Barbarian. Like, seriously, you could do 2 full fucking playthroughs of the game with a sorceress in the time it takes for 1 Barbarian playthrough. It just makes no sense. But yeah, really, like, for people to really try and say that, right? For people to say, oh, let's rebalance this, rebalance that, I think a lot of people are neglecting or ignoring one of the more prevalent problems, which is Sorcerer's Teleport is just ridiculously overpowered. Remove FCR from Teleport could work. I don't know, Castaway, anything really. Personally, I don't have an issue with it. I also don't have an issue with swords being overpowered or having that. I think it's fucking hilarious. I think that games too much these days focus too much on balance, and it is frankly hilarious to see a class go around and just shit on everything, and for you to be able to say, alright, well, if I want something more challenging, then I'll actually play as a barbarian. But if I'm going to try to bring my friend into the game, then I can actually tell them to start as a sorceress, because sorceress has just about everything, short of maybe survivability, right? I don't know. That's my take on it. And I think I'm just about done here, so I'm peacing the fuck out. Anyway, in the meantime, regarding trap sins, I can make them run out of the show, make Bale go into his chambers. Yeah, well, the whole idea here was to kill the minions of destruction so I could actually level. For him to like go into his chambers is completely, that's kind of the opposite of what I want to happen. In all fairness, everyone can get teleport. Okay, yeah, what, with Enigma? I mean, yeah, I guess, but frankly, right now, a lot of classes I feel like are losing out just because the sorceress has already has teleport at her disposal. It doesn't give a chance for other classes to shine, namely, let's say, assassin. She's got dragon flight and burst of speed, or barbarians got increased speed, and paladins got vigor and charge. They've got their own ways of mobility. It's just that with a sorceress's fucking teleport skill, they're all a joke, right? Early on, at least. They like, yeah, okay, when you get Enigma, aka like when you trade your arm and your leg in the fucking black market or use JSPs, then yeah, alright, fantastic. You can also compete with a sorceress, but that's like, honestly, I consider like by the time you get Enigma, that's probably what I would consider the late game. Like, people say that's when the game really begins. I agree, but honestly, like, it is night and day. Like, that's when you know that it's like if this were like Dota or some shit, it would be a massive power spike. It would be a massive power spike to get your hands on that Enigma. That is, like, honestly, I don't usually say that, but that is fact. If you're making a build, like, your character class will instantaneously just, you know, go up in, I don't know, in just, like, how good it is overall. I use that word loosely because, I don't know, somebody will proceed to, you know, as per usual, be like, no, that's not entirely true, but, look, you get what I mean. Like, yeah, even, I mean, I'm looking at on Slash, right? When I first started doing the 1000 Chaos runs, the first 200 runs that I did were off of an Ondals. I used an Ondals, or sorry, not an Ondals, it was a Nagistaff. I used a Nagistaff for teleport, and with the Nagistaff, I was actually able, right? I was actually able with that Nagistaff to get myself to do those Chaos runs in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes! Alright? So I finally got Enigma. I think I cut it down to like, I actually think I cut it down to maybe about a minute 45, I want to say, maybe even a minute 30. That's about a 30-second increase. I consider that huge. Most people, a lot of people might disagree with that, but I think fucking 15 seconds, even 15 seconds, is a massive increase. And that's not even factoring in like gold costs. That's not factoring in time it took to go and buy or refill teleport charges and refill like ID scrolls, potion. No, honestly, night and day. I'm telling you, without a doubt, Enigma will boost everything, assuming that your build is actually centered around. Like, there's probably some, you know, if you're like, let's say a Bozon, you probably still want Fortitude, I guess, but if you're like any, I guess, caster build, then yeah, no, your Enigma's gonna put you a long way. Or in some cases, I think I heard of stories of somebody using Rob, was that his name? On Slash, there's a guy called Rob, he made like a Telly Zealer. Imagine what that would have been like before he got the ridiculous. Turning my 20 HP to Hatchet, you know, now that you bring it up, I think I'll do that. That'll give you some more time to like bitch about some other random stuff, so that'd be fantastic. There we go. Dead. I'm gonna go turn it in while I chat. Now just tons of tele charges. Yeah, 69 of them. But at the end of the day, they are still just charges. They're like I love Nagistaff. Don't get me wrong. It is honestly, if I had to choose, I do think that Nagistaff would be a contender for my top favorite item in the game. It might even take the #1 spot, to be completely honest. But right. Wait, what the fuck? Mashif the figurine. Did I show Mashif the figurine? Guess I didn't. Maybe I talked to Frotley instead. I think I talked to Frotley. That explains it. Anyway. My bad. Yeah, wasn't paying attention. Oopsies. But yeah, Naj has tons of tele charges. It's true. Definitely, oh, and thank you, by the way, Toto. I'd forgotten about that. For a brief moment. Barb has leap. It's not quite as fast as a sorceress, but it allows you to get from place to, like, if you're a Chaos Sanctuary, you could hop over those, you know, 3 whatchamacallits. Like the way Chaos Sanctuary is structured, you got like this pit of lava you gotta hop over, then another small bit of lava you gotta hop over, and then yeah, there you go. There's your home stretch over to. Oh, hey, look, that's convenient. And I just, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh yeah, right, I should probably drink this. There you go. And of course, I'd once again forgotten to, you know what, maybe I'll go farm Shank instead, that's what I'll do. Barb also has Frenzy and Leaps, yes, that's true, I didn't even think about that. But indeed, 10 seconds saved on a 3-minute run. 10 seconds, no, it's more than 10 seconds for me, because, like, in my old runs, I would have to, after I was done, I would, like, run back to town, like, run, this is the thing, you have to actually run back to town, then you gotta go, like, talk to, you gotta run back to town, you gotta talk to Jamela, so that you can, like, buy potions from her, like, refill your potions if, for whatever reason, you're kind of down on potions. Then you gotta talk to Halboot and actually repair your charges. And then you got people who are like, oh yeah, you could just ord it, but you don't have an unlimited number of ords. That's just not how it works, sadly. No Artemic, actually that's on purpose. Not out of laziness, but I choose not to do the 5 stats. Because as a way of, like, it's kind of insurance. It sounds ridiculous, but allow me to explain. Every now and then there will come a point where I'll come across, like, a piece of gear that I might be, like, let's say 5 strength points short of, and then I'll just go and do the Lam Eason's quest, and then I'll turn it in then. It is a little strategy of mine. It's kind of like, oh shit, well, if, in worst case scenario, I can do this. Yeah, I know I'm using Pluggy, so I can just reroll stats, but, I mean, I was supposed to try and do this playthrough as if it were, as if I kind of didn't have Pluggy, or I didn't have that option. And it was only, like, I was trying to, like, do a mock speedrun. But of course, well, at this point it doesn't matter so much, but, I mean, previously, that's why I just ignore Lam Eason's on purpose, because, yeah, if I get, like, some piece of gear which is, like, I don't know, 28 strength, then, well, I could just be like, okay, shit, well, I want to wear this item now, I'm gonna go do Lam Eason's, and I'm gonna go clear it out. Even on my Hammerdin right now, I haven't done any of the Lam Eason's quests for this very reason. I've got 70 strength, and if for some reason I come across, like, an item with strength farming 4, for example, then I'll just go do all 3 Lam Eason's, and I'll be like, alright, that's fine. Yeah, everything's all fine and dandy. I don't need to go fucking spend ages trying to love that shit. So yes, that is intentional, that I left it the way it is right now. Although the logic behind it is kind of backwards, but, I mean, hey, it works for me. It has saved me a couple times already, so I stick with it. I think it's nice. But anyway, yeah, what else did I want to say? Trapsins, yes, we were talking about Trapsins earlier. Yeah, no, like, I'm not talking about fire and light, to be honest with you. I'm talking about straight up, like, just make 4 Trapsins all light. I think that's fine. I could be wrong. Like, let me think about this. Wave 1 is fire immune. Wave 2 is magic cold immune. Wave 3 is fire immune again. I feel bad for fire swords at this point. Wave 4, I think, is immune to poison or immune to fire. And then, well, wave 5 is also immune to fire. Is wave 3 really immune to fire? It might actually be immune to lightning now that I think about it. But then at that point, you presumably have your Merc to help you, and you also have Death Sentry. So, and Fire, well, maybe Fire Blast is kind of out of the question if you're going to be hopping between 4 different windows. But you kind of see the idea there. I want to actually make a Trapsin. I kind of want to make a Trapsin, or 4 Trapsins, and then multi-box between 4 different Trapsins. So that's kind of, the Merc doesn't matter. Assuming the Merc is reasonably well geared. I think I might actually settle for 3 Trapsins and a Barb. And I don't think I need to explain why. But then, of course, once again, I need to get multiple Enigmas at that point. Go one, then yeah, exactly. That is true. That is, of course, the dream. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty much sick of doing this. Well, I'm not actually sick of this, but I mean, the whole reason why I, hopped on is because I wanted to play some, hammered in action. I want to do Trav, and I want to do like 100 runs or some shit. But alas. So this will probably be my last run, and then I'll try to hop back on BNet if that doesn't work. I'll back here, but this is looking pretty good. To be honest with you, Arnamic, I'm looking forward to level 30, because on level 30, I want to actually see what happens if I actually try to roll a Poison Necro after that. I mean, like, I've never seen anyone go Poison Necro in single player, and I see a lot of people shitting on Poison Necros, and I'm like, bruh, Poison Necro is fucking fantastic, but I don't know. A few vids of how powerful CE is. Whoa. A few vids, bruh. Like, yeah, okay, fine, you got me there. A few vids. I assume we're talking about the same vids. Like, the ones from, Strong or Live as Jeebus. I think it was Live as Jeebus, yeah. Okay, so I'm actually gonna step back out of here so I can, switch versions, and then hopefully hop back on, BNet. And in fact, if I can hop back on BNet, then maybe I can meet up with Toto, and I might actually be able to pass him a thing or two. I don't know what class he is. I'll bet you he's a sorceress, but maybe I shouldn't judge outright. Anyway, so let's go and do this quickly. Come on, I'm gonna bet you it's not gonna work. Oh, it works! Oh, thank fuck. Alright. We're back in business, boys. Let's do it. Need a Shaco. Yeah, everyone needs a Shaco at this point. Alright, well, I don't know what to do. I mean, I want to do more Trav, it's just that I don't want to risk getting RD'd again. That's kind of where I'm at. So, I think I'll switch it up a little bit. And I'll do Den with the Fan. Oh, I see. That's. Wait a second. I know that game. That guy's. I'm pretty sure that guy's a botter. Now that I think about it. 275, 5k armor for. I don't care about that. All right. Well, it doesn't look to me like there's any like Players 3 games I can join. Players 2. Asian help, please. You know, I try to avoid these games where people are actually trying to do quests because my presence trying to MF actually makes it more difficult. Try to be considerate about that. Instead, I try to look for, like, trade games, because people won't give a shit if I try to MF in trade games. Most of the time. But here it doesn't look like that's an option. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to do a bit of Players 7 pit farming. That's what I'm going to do. If I can find a Players 7 pit farm. Sure, why not? Oh, and I'm guessing it's like hopping in bail games. Yeah. It's funny though, because some people will actually complain on the first like 3 days of ladder if you hop into bail games, which I think is actually hilarious. But for questing, I'm like, okay, well, I try to back up off of those. But I mean, after like day 4, day 5, people are fine. Although, seems I'm myself in mention help, please. I still don't have still don't have those bail games up. The thing I used to do. Here. The games are just going way too quickly. That's kind of the issue, I think. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Unless they're already done. Was to get 2 to 3 friends in each MF2 spots in the same game. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine, dude. That's a great idea. It's just sort of short on the friends here, although I do have Imaginary. Imaginary is the guy who I was doing like barb. He was running his barb while I was using my pally, and then we were just okay, I am abandoning ship. 1, because everyone else is out, and 2, because I saw Might Aura 2 champ packs and archers, and honestly, yeah, I'm good. Alright, there we go. Now we're talking. Anyway, yeah, so that makes sense. Get 2 to 3 friends. The only problem with that, though, the only problem with 2 to 3 friends in each game in each MF2 spots, if you and your friends are like, you know, trying to like see who can get the best gear, then it makes sense to do that. But like, sometimes it also makes sense to have people in the same area because it also boosts player count. Like if you had everybody in the same area in a game with like 3 players, then it would be the equivalent of players 5, right? I'm sure you already know that, but it was just food for thought. Because I've considered this before, like, if you had lots of people in your game, would you really want to have everybody put up, or would you have everyone farm in the same area, because then it would make it, like, closer to Slash Diablo, right? Like, Slash Diablo, you know, just kind of simulates having everyone in the same area. Here's not quite like that. Had to have a trade-off. Either everyone gets to farm their own area, or, well, you can have everyone farm the same area so that no drops high, or no drops low. Just to, like, look at this shit. You see this shit right now, right, Arnamic? This is what I'm talking about. Oh, and then I teleport back. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the rubber banding issue. Just every now and then, it's like your character will just get stuck, like complete desync from where you actually are. Crap, old B. Yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing, right? This wasn't an issue in past season. It wasn't like quite this bad. Like, yeah, it was bad, but it wasn't like this. Like, this is pretty fucking bad. Yeah, this is way worse than it used to be at any point. Anyway, we would do our spots and do Chaos Bail together. Okay, well, that's a really good way to go about doing it. Yeah. I like the routine that me and that Barb had from Imaginary, that's the name. He would like go and farm, or no, sorry, he would wait for me to farm up pits, and then he was like, yeah, anything that drops from your kills, you get to keep or shit. I'm gonna break that. Anyway, I don't know why these guys are doing so much damage. Like, I know it's players 8, but they really shouldn't be doing that much damage at all. Like, I have block chance too. I'm really surprised that they're doing it. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, when I played with my with that Barb friend of mine, he would go and work the bodies after bowing me, right? I'd just go and farm, take the drops that I get the kills for, and then after that, I would just, like, he would go work, and then anything he got off the works were his. That was our agreement, although he got the full down to 6, there's nothing to drop when we were there for him with working. But for me, on the other hand, I got good old jaw room, and I still actually have to, I wanted to buy a loot filter. Oh yeah, dude, loot filter would be great, but I mean, it's not, as long as like a burr rune doesn't drop, or like a high rune doesn't drop, and then I miss it because like there's just too much shit on the floor, that's fine. I don't have a big issue with that. Oh, hold on. Let me just quickly learn about the rule. Thank him next time I see him. Alright, awesome. Look at that. Fucking up our XP. I don't know quite who he's talking to. I don't quite know if he's talking to me, if he's talking to the low leveler. Honestly, if he's talking to me, I don't have that much I don't mind too much. If he's on me, I don't care too much. Just because he's running a damn bot anyway. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show. I don't know if anyone's around to see this, but these are the two runes I'm talking about. And I'm keeping on with this guy, and I'm never gonna fucking mule him until I have something that I know I can trust that I can mule it off of. How can you mess up their XP? You're not in party. Well, no, that's the thing. Maybe he's, I don't know, fuck. Maybe he's just saying like, oh, the game's more difficult and we're dying and we're losing XP because some motherfucker is like off farming or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, dude, Jaw and Sir, I'm just waiting. Yeah, I know I'm helping them, but maybe they mean that I'm screwing it up in different ways. All right, that's what I was talking about. That's all. All right, awesome. And it looks to me like they're backing out. All right, nice. I didn't quite make it to all the boss backs, but I'm kind of liking these pit runs, sort of. Lots of drops for me, that's for sure. They just mad because they are bad. Well, I mean, they're bottom, so take that for what it's worth. Although, honestly, I try not to, like, make such a big fuss about it. I don't have an issue if somebody bots on BattleNet, to be completely honest. Like, I talk shit about it, and I still, like, my stance is still that, like, people who bot on, or, well, botting, or botters should not be a thing on BNet, but honestly, I mind it a lot more if somebody does it on Slash, because, like, Slash, like, you know, if you're playing on Slash, odds are you went out of your way because you actually want a legit... Okay, well, evidently, looks to me like a certain botter may have fucked up here. But yeah, like, if you're playing on Slash, you're probably there because you know, want to be there, right? Like, you want to... Oh, this guy's been popping seals and trying to get them killed. Okay, now that's some lag right there, that's for sure. I don't know why it took so long for that message to pop up. That's all I got here. I was reading that kind of lulled, yeah. With the no drop on Slash, it's not quite as painful to find someone. Alright. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why none of my messages are just showing up at this point. Like, they're all just whiffing. Alright, well, I don't know what's up with that. And game does not exist. I guess they all chicken and they piece the fuck out. But, yeah, no, really. The no drop on Slash, it's not quite as painful to find some items. Yeah, but even if it were, I just don't, like, I mean... They're not enforcing... the whole no botter thing on BNet, or at least maybe they might be, but I mean, even right now, you can see, like, we got a fucking botter right here. I just left the game with a botter. The only reason I'm even in these games is because, well, I'm trying to, like, you know, farm items and shit. And I need a higher player count for that, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't even be here. But anyway, like, BNet, or... I feel like the culture is very different between Slash and BNet. Like, Slash is a tight-knit community. Everyone, the general underlying assumption is that everyone on Slash is playing fair, which is obviously not 100% true. Like, there's always going to be that one asshole who tries to ruin it for everyone else, right? But really, like, you think about it, and it's like, honestly, if you're on Slash, you should be there because you want to play with the community and you want to play legit, and you know your trades, right? Like just I just don't understand. I just fucking don't understand. Like, okay, well, congratulations, dude. You found a what the fuck's a destroyer helm? It's not clear. Oh, hold on. Demon Horn's Edge. Ooh, never really seen this one before. Wow. Huh, okay. Here, let's see if I can redeem some bodies here. Okay, well, this is probably some trash-ass, this is probably trash-ass item. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna throw it onto my stash for now, but anyway. I'm really botting myself, to be honest. Yeah, I would expect that, but I mean, like, I don't know, just say I can kind of see why people do on Battle.net. On Battle.net, I think people bought because it's honestly the culture. It's kind of expected that, or maybe not even expected, but people just turn a blind eye to it. Like, okay, well, whatever. On Slash is very different, right? On Slash, you're trying to play with a community. Like, you're trying to play fairly with the people that you presumably are trying to play with, right? It's kind of like, it's not quite the same analogy, but it's kind of like saying, okay, well, in Risk, or better yet, Monopoly. Okay, in a game of Monopoly, you could hide an extra $500 bill with the rest of your money, and then you could try to, like, you know, cheat. And if you're really desperate to win, then yeah, you can cheat your way to your victory, and your friends, if they're stupid, they won't notice. But on Slash, it's like, it's kind of the same way, right? Like, you're playing with a group of people that you know, or you're trying to be, like, it's supposed to be a tight-knit community, and you're pathetically, like, on BNet, you don't care for most of the people on BNet. It's pretty much every man for himself on BNet. But on Slash, you know, you're trying to, like, trade with people, you're trying to, like, finish your item builds and shit. Honestly, if you're gonna try and, like, if you're just gonna bot your way to try and get your, like, your high-end items, like, what the fuck's the point of that? There isn't even any PvP, so there's, like, you're not trying to, like, farm forum gold to make your GG build. You're like, what? If you really just want to MF to get items, then you should be that's something you should be doing in single player. There's honestly no reason I could think of that somebody would want to MF, or to bot, to replace MFing on a private server. It just, no logical reason. Oh, forum gold. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people will, you know, bot so that they can make forum gold so that they can, you know, duel people. Alright, fine. Right? But here on Slash, like, what? People are going to trade with other, they're gonna bot so that they can trade with people on ladder so that they can, you know what I mean? It just makes no sense. There's no fucking reason to be botting at all. If you're playing on Slash, you're trying to play for the sake of gameplay. You're trying to join other people and you're trying to have fun. And instead of trying to live up to those principles, what a lot of people do is they'll actually fucking cheat. They'll straight up cheat, and it's honestly, yeah, the fun of Slash is finding those fat loots fairly, right? Like, you yourself have earned those items, and it just boggles my fucking mind. Like, honestly, what do these people think when they sit around and it's like, huh, I'm just gonna use this third-party program to do the work for me? Like, how do people get enjoyment out of that? How do people substitute? Like, that takes hard work, right? Like, the joy of this game is to find items yourself. It's to work for items and to get, like, the good shit on your own. Like, when that jaw rune dropped, I couldn't believe my eyes. But if, you know, if a bot got it, it's like, oh, damn, my bot actually found a jaw rune. Ooh. Like, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about that. You don't give a fuck about that. Okay, well, okay, that's a bit of a lie. Here on BNet is different because then, okay, yeah, if I did get another jaw rune or Sur rune or whatever, then I can make an Enigma, and that's a whole different story, right? But if it's like Slash, it just, there's no reason. There's no fucking reason to be cheating on Slash. Oh, okay, look, 3-socket Dust Shroud. Totally make, I think I'm a jig in that. Enigma in that. Building that character, I bet you were beyond stoked when the jaw rune dropped. Oh, dude, I was hyped. Like, I had the, here. Let me just go pull this up quickly. I had the clip for it, too, in fact. I clipped it myself because, well, I don't have people to clip for me here, unfortunately. But anyway. like, I don't ever... Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the, yeah, that is the jaw room clip. I don't know if you already saw it, maybe you did. But, no, like, I didn't... On Slash, runes are a bit more common due to the no drop. Yeah, they are, but honestly, anytime I see Burr drop, that's when my heart starts pumping. Like, when I saw the Zod rune, I was like, oh, nice, a Zod rune, right? But, like, I already intuitively know that, oh, well, this is going to go for pretty much, at most, 1.25 ohms. Whereas on Slash, whereas with a Burr rune, like, if I get a Burr rune, I'm just like, oh shit, yo, that's crazy. Like, I can actually do a lot with this Burr rune. I have so many options. But anyway, I'm going off topic. Honestly, I don't care. Actually, I do care. I was actually pretty stoked. I was like, oh wow, this is a crazy drop. I was actually really pumped. You're right. When I saw that drop, I was like, yeah, no, like, if it were a jaw rune that dropped on Slash, I would still be happy about it. Maybe I'd be even happier because I could actually do something with that. Because I care more about Slash, right? Like, I'd prefer to get a jaw rune on Slash any day, on a reset, because, well, obviously, once again, I take it more seriously. If I could make an Enigma on Slash, that means a lot more to me than Enigma on BNet, even if earning a legit, self-found... Even if finding like a legit self-found Enigma on BNet is more difficult. It still feels good on Slash 2, yeah, no, for sure. But definitely for different reasons. But anyway, like... Yeah. Honestly, no drop is a thing, but... Me personally, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that I got this. I did not expect to get a jaw rune. Like, I think it's just fantastic. They got my hands on one. And yeah, that, I don't think I have much more to say about that. Anyway. What's your rarest find, Martin? Just out of curiosity. I still think that, to this day, I don't think I've gotten anything crazier than, D-Web. It's probably my rarest drop. And Zod rune, too. I've heard some people say Zod is like the second rarest drop in the game or some shit. I don't know how true that is, because I've gotten Zod like 2 times already. For this one. Fucking hell. This game is telling me to build an assassin. I can just feel it. I've got a +2 assassin skills circlet, or tiara. I don't have a trap ammo yet, but I can guarantee that I'll get one. I have double Bartux because people have been chucking them away like candy. Trying to think what else. I don't have a Lem for Treasure anymore, but I could probably fetch one pretty easily. That's already +8 all stats right there. Or +8 all skills. Legit server slash arena, it feels good with any good drops. Yeah, no, for sure. Like, legit drops are just fantastic. Or, you know, earning stuff legit is just fantastic. Doesn't matter the server, for sure. Yeah, that's right. Damn. Could have actually used those. But I traded, I think, an for Mage Fist. It was kind of a ripoff. Or probably most people would argue that was a ripoff, but personally I just wanted to get my build. I wanted to be one step closer to finishing this build of I think my best was Crown of Ages. Oh shit, I've never found Crown of Ages. Oh, that's a pretty good find. Unraveled head. I misread that as for a second. But then again, I don't think D-Lev's even dropped from here, so whatever, it's not a big deal. Oh, hey look, it's Torque Ice Fist. It's, okay, fine. There you go. Anyway, if people want to ask me questions, please feel free to. I mean, I'm just here. I'm chilling and I'm farming. Chilling, farming, and chatting. That's usually how the stream works anyway. And people just have me in the background. So, I don't know if there's any other questions. I know earlier we had Toto. I don't know if he's still hanging around. I don't know if he still has me in the background while he's off farming his own thing or what, but yeah, definitely it was nice having him here earlier. I think it was, I did get an Eagle. Oh shit, patch 1.09C. To be honest, like I got a Wind Force quite recently. I think it was on Slash. Yeah, I got a Wind Force in Slash when I was doing my last, I think, last 100 runs, and I was pretty. Wait a second, did I actually just forget to do trap? I think I did. Yeah, oopsies. But yeah, no, I definitely hear you. Never found Wind Force. Oh, dude, like that Wind Force was just fantastic to get my hands on. I was really happy about that. Still stoked for Slash reset though. I have a build in mind. I really. Oh, good shit. Good shit. And I already have goals set out too. That's the thing. Definitely have goals set out. Yeah, I think I might have the time for it too. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done here. Just redeem some dead bodies quickly. Alright, cool, awesome. Anyway, Aramic, I appreciate you keeping me company. It's been fun having you here. So yeah, speaking of which, what are you up to anyway? I'm surprised to see you here so late in the evening. I don't usually stream so late, but I'm taking a nap earlier, and well, now I'm kind of, I had nothing else to do, so I just decided, yeah, I'll probably go to bed as well. Do some trap runs, get the stream set up to prove that I'm going to be doing these runs. You're off work today. Oh, that's fantastic. So yeah, and you're, I'm guessing then from Europe, is that right? I'm pretty sure you told me in the past, but you're gonna have to refresh me. Amethyst. Ooh, US. You work nights. Oh, I see. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. So, I guess you're not going to be going to bed for a while then. You'll probably be outpacing me this evening for going to bed or not. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice being able to chill here and chat with somebody while I do these runs. I don't always get this luxury. I've come to appreciate it. Ha. Alright, well you got me then. Alright, I won't hold off for too much longer if that's the case. I'm just gonna finish up. I don't know how many more runs I want to do. I know I'm gonna get fucking RP eventually. I think that's what I'm doing. Doing these damn runs. I don't know. It pisses me off, you know. Like you have this flow going, and it's really important. Like you have momentum. I think that's a really good way of putting it. Like you have momentum. You're like ready. You got yourself geared up and running, and then like all of a sudden you gotta go to a full stop because that's so ridiculous. Whatever. Having someone to chat with always makes the farming a bit better, honestly. Yeah, no, for real. I definitely agree with that, 1000%. 1000%. Yeah, definitely, like, if I were to do those 1000 chaos runs in complete silence, maybe I would have gone insane. Maybe I would have had to go to a mental asylum. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, But yeah, definitely the fact that Seth was there, the fact that I had Maverick to talk to, that you showed up a couple times, that I saw Catnip Junkie, you know, just seeing people always just hanging out, chatting and chilling with me was nice. It was nice. It was an experience. And USA too. Definitely, I don't know if we'll be seeing more of USA next season, but he was definitely. He was a very good player, very good player. At least I feel that way. And honestly, the way he farmed was super efficient. Like it was almost bot-like, but I would say not quite. Like I saw how he different use that for crafting. But I saw the way he would like farm with his characters. And it was, damn, I was like, dude, this guy's a fucking genius. Like, he's fast. And he's very knowledgeable about the game, so or at least he seemed very knowledgeable. Maybe he was not, I don't know. But yeah. Of course, I try my, like, this is a bit shitty for me to say, but ever since Fire Axe got ousted for botting, I've been very, like, I try to not get my hopes up too high, because, you know, you never know when you'll come across somebody who, oh, damn, I thought this guy played legit, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, 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 turns out he was, like, cheating this entire time. What the fuck? But anyway, hopefully we won't have that happen this season, or whatever. Because I know that there was my fair share of people that I've noticed, like, yeah, it does kind of suck. Honestly, there was my fair share of people that have raised me red flags. Like, I'll be honest with you, someone you chat with a bit, yeah, no, exactly. That's the most disappointing. It's like, oh, this seems like a pretty chill dude, and then it's like, once they start botting, or just, it's not just botting necessarily, but just cheating in general, right? Like, it doesn't even have to be like this game. I've certainly met a lot of people who, I remember, like, because back in the day I used to play like Dota 1. I remember one of my friends that I played with. We played 2-on-1. It was him and, because like we were trying to acquaint one of our friends into the game, and then he actually used map hack against me, and I'm like, come on, man, we're like trying to play like a no stakes chill game, and you had no reason to use cheats, but you chose to use cheats. Like, what? How do you benefit out of this? Cheating enough on Slash IMO. Yeah, but I mean, this is the thing. It's true that it's cheating, but I mean, everything's in the context. Like on Slash, the environment is kind of like it's it's permitted and even expected that you would use map hack. So it's like, all right, well, whatever. That's just fine. And if you don't want to use map hack, that's on you. Like, whatever. Not a big deal. I know that for some people that'll piss them off. I think Dan in particular probably won't be too pleased if he's trying to help somebody. It's like, oh, well, this guy doesn't even have map hack. What the fuck is that? Right? But, oh, I like map hack. Yeah, map hack's fine. But I'm just saying, right? Like, yeah, technically map hack is a cheat. But in the context of, like, Slash Diablo, it's just fine. That's all I'm trying to get at. These bodies, hopefully. Saying with map hack and how much time it saves you. No, exactly. And to be honest with you, dude, I think that it's fantastic. Map hack is amazing on Slash. Or being allowed to use map hack is amazing on Slash because it actually, most people don't think about it like this, it actually evens out the playing field for non-sorceresses. It actually evens out the playing field for non-sorceresses. Because frankly, as a sorceress, if you go the wrong direction, you can easily correct where, like, the direction that you're going just by teleporting the opposite direction, right? As most of the other classes, Barbarian, Assassin, Amazon, you actually have to fucking run all the way back. You like if you've got, like, it's ridiculous. You gotta run all the way back. If you go the complete opposite direction of, let's say, ancient tunnels, then you could just teleport over, like, cliff faces with a sorceress. You don't have that luxury as any other class. Like, if you're a barbarian, you have to run, or, well, okay, I guess you can leap, but it's obviously not as fast, right? Like, it's just painful. And having map hack, being able to just figure out, like, okay, shit, well, this is the direction I gotta go. The focus, or the onus is on killing the monsters, then wasting time frustrating yourself trying to find just where you're trying to go. That's one of the reasons why I actually like these trap runs. I know where I'm going, right? Like, there's no guesswork in trying to figure out exactly where it is I need to go farm. It's there. I know it's going to be there. And I know exactly where the monsters are going to be. They're not always going to spawn in the exact same spots, but they don't need to spawn in the exact same spots. Limited tele charges mean you can't go wrong without getting broke too often. Yeah, that is another thing too. That's another big thing, right? Like, if, like, at least with map hack, I have the option of using teleport charges to get around most of my. Oh, for fuck's sake, please, no. This might be it for the evening. No, I already RD'd. Oh, that's some next level bullshit right there. Alright, well, ladies and gents, I guess I'm gonna go back to Shank farming for Eldritch. You know what? I'm not ready to sleep yet. There's one last thing I want to do. I want to get my Necro, or my Bone Necro, to level 30 so I can make a Poison Necro. I'm gonna do that. Too efficient. Oh, dude. That shouldn't be a thing. Like, I hate having to play a game and deliberately limit myself just because the game is fucking you over. It just makes no sense. This is one of the reasons why I kind of got fed up with Slash. Because I would be, like, honestly, if ping weren't a thing, if I played on 0 ping or like 15 millisecond ping, I can fucking guarantee you my runs would be minute 15, alright? Maybe roughly a minute 15, give or take. But because of lag and other factors, minute 30. Anyway, this is, fuck, I'm so done with this. Back to Pluggy, and I guess it's not compatible with this version. Right, one second, I have to do something about that. But as I was saying, honestly, yeah, like, that's definitely a really big, asset, or that's a very big facet of being able to use Map Pack, which is that I have limited teleport charges, and knowing exactly where I need to teleport to when I'm not using the Sorceress with her unlimited charges is absolutely critical. It is absolutely critical to making sure that your run speeds don't take ludicrously long periods of time. So, but just out of curiosity, Arnamic, what else are you up to right now? Because I presume that you're not just sitting here watching me do runs. I feel bad if you were, to be completely honest. Alright, this should do the trick. Although, this is quite reluctantly. Playing some WoW. Alright, that's awesome. That is awesome. Awesome possum. And I don't know why I have this one skill point left over. I guess I leveled and I didn't realize it. Private server. Oh, well, there you have it. Might I ask, why a private server instead of Blizzard servers? I would assume that it has some similarity with why you choose to play on Slash over BNet, but I can never be too sure. I don't really enjoy modern WoW. I see. So I'm guessing you play Classic then, eh? Why is that? Why don't you enjoy modern WoW? I'm curious because, to be frank with you, World of Warcraft was always one of those games that I looked at, but I think a while ago I was told that it was not a good idea to start the game because it was just way too addicting. And so I took them on face value for that, and well, as a result of this, never got a chance to try this MMORPG-like game. I did get a chance to try OSRS though, and that was not that addicting, but it was a nice social activity. Like, I'm really glad that I got into it, because now it's definitely always something. Oh, an Amrune, nice. Good shit. Exciting. Actually, more exciting to see this Amrune. I'm more excited to see this fucking Amrune than I am to see a Zodrune drop these days. I don't need this. But anyway, Classic and TBC. I don't know what Classic and TBC is. They were about the community more than anything. The second expansion. Near the end, they added in the group finder, so you just hit a button. Oh, I see. So the onus was more on actually. Previously, it used to be about actually having your crew ready. Although I guess part of the issue there was like, I guess for a lot of people, it became frustrating. Like, this is my guess. It became frustrating to want to do a dungeon, but then to have no one in their clan, ready to do it with them because, you know, different time zones, or like some people were busy, or they couldn't hook up with people to do shit at a specific time and whatnot. You explore the world, talking to people to form parties. Yeah. I hear you. To be honest, this isn't the first time I've heard about issues like this. I've heard of people who... I don't know, I feel like this is how a lot of games have turned out recently. I've heard of games in think this was a common issue, or what was that game called? Yeah, Blade and Soul. I think there were some people who complained about a similar issue, where recently the game has just been a lot less centered around, like previously it used to be like, oh, get your clan and go. Nowadays you can actually match up with people. I don't know. It was similar issues I've heard about for other games too. I think it's perfect, but it's like Slash community makes it better, or it's like Slash community makes it better. Yes, no, definitely. I totally understand. I mean, something doesn't have to be perfect for you not to like this is the thing, all right? And I know this is a this is kind of going a bit left wing from what you're talking about, or left wing. What the fuck am I talking about? It's kind of a far stretch from what you're talking about. But I mean, recently I've been this is why I've been kind of fed up with I think it was Dota 2. Yeah, fucking Dota 2, man. A lot of the changes that they've made recently, they've made it a lot less enjoyable for me personally, because they've taken far departure from what the original game used to be like, right? Like, unlike you, I can't really articulate my issues with the game as well, but more or less, they at this. Oh, you know what? I can actually, or I can actually say what the issue I have with it. I feel like they're just trying to make changes to the game for the sake of making changes at this point. And they're not small changes either. They're not small tweaks. They're making radical changes day by day. Like, it's very radical. It's like they would like change. Honestly, it would be like a dozen pages of changelog material. I'm not even exaggerating about this. In some cases, like, yeah, like, I just don't want to sift through all those changes anymore. It would be like, oh, this hero got reworked, this hero's abilities got tweaked a little bit, that hero's abilities got this, there's a new item, there's a new part to the map, spawn timers are this, XP shrines are like this, or XP's like this, blah, blah, blah. I just don't want to fucking deal with that anymore. I just quit playing the game. I just can't handle it. You're kind of listening to the vocal minority making changes based on it. No, not quite. I think the way people look at it was like this. The game was kind of getting stale for a lot of people after 6.88. Or, well, I guess the numbers probably wouldn't make much sense to you. There was a really big patch a while ago. That was like, I think, a little over a year ago, maybe like a little over a year and a half ago, where they had this really big patch where they pretty much completely, I don't want to say revolutionized the game, right? But they added like a whole slew of new shit. They added talent trees, they changed the way the map works, they reworked a bunch of heroes, they changed the way attributes work, they did this and that, and I'm just like, look, honestly, when I made this account, right, D2D2, it was supposed to stand for Diablo 2 and Dota 2, but now I can barely see Dota 2 in the game. It's not how it used to be, where previously it used to be a focus on the hero you were using. I mean, or at least for me, that's how it was. It used to be a focus on the hero I was using in the current meta. Nowadays, it's like, the current meta is just massive. Like, there's always just huge changes going on, day in, day out. They're doing small changes to change things around, instead of just adding fresh content. Yeah, kind of like that. Well, actually, it's not just small changes, it's big changes. That's the problem. It's too many changes too fast. They're not giving people any time to really adjust to those changes. And a lot of the changes they're making are very radical changes too, right? They're not small-scale changes. It's not just like, oh, well, we're going to tweak this number here, tweak this number there. That's how it used to be. That's how the old changelogs used to be. They used to be small-scale. They used to address issues. It's like, okay, well, this hero has like a 62% win rate. Well, well, we definitely fucked up here. We got to tweak it, right? Like, okay, that's fine. That's fair. But nowadays, it's like, well, we are just going to turn, like, here. Let me go see if I can find the change logs quickly. Dota 2 change log. Let's see how big the most recent change log is. Yeah, okay, so think of setting. I actually considered playing at players, setting it to players 4 or players 5. I chose not to set it that because I'd rather play this on players 1. Although, it's becoming really tempting. It's not like I didn't think about it. I considered it, and I kind of wanted to just do this on players 1. Like, I want to keep doing this on players 1 at least until I make it to the end of the game, right? Like, it's silly, but I kind of want to follow the same style of play that the speedrunners play, even though I'm not technically doing a speedrun anymore. Well, I wasn't before. It was like a pseudo speedrun, but still. I don't know. It's crazy, but I'm trying to, like, I kind of want to emulate that personally. But anyway, here. This is what I'm talking about. 7.06, like, kind of speedrun practice. Yes, sort of like speedrun practice. It's kind of like somewhere between a speedrun practice and trying to start a new character, because I've always wanted to play a Necro, right? A single-player Necro, and I wanted to play them all the way until Hellbale, and I never actually made it there. And with this character, my goal is to actually do a lot of different things. I want to practice speedrunning. I want to practice MFing. I want to, for that speedrunning, by the way, for speedrunning, I want to emulate players 1 to see kind of like this is what the speedrunners have to deal with, right? This level of EXP gain. Although I guess at this point they probably wouldn't be here farming Eldritch. That's probably something that they would do until level 27, and then they'd go start farming waves of Hellbale, is my guess. But besides the point. But yeah, definitely one of the big things I wanted to test though was how well this poison necro would work. Because it's starting to get to me that a lot of people keep shitting on the necro build. And, well, I don't know. I'll talk more about that later, but I want to finish what I'm talking about here first regarding just the gameplay, like, the gameplay change log. Anyway, yeah. If you take a look at that link I sent you, that is the list of changes for Dota 7.06. I'm not exaggerating when I say that there's about a dozen pages worth of changelog content. Like, I don't want to fucking sift through that. That was 7.06, right? Like, fortunately, none of the recent patches have been quite that massive, but, like, I look at that and I'm just like, why do... This isn't even... I don't want to, like... Just, no, that's where I draw the line. Like, I'm just done. Like, some people will still play Dota 2 because it's still Dota 2, right? Like, people have made this argument to me before, and that's fair. It's still Dota 2, but for me, when I look at the game, it's evolved too much from what it was when I genuinely enjoyed the game. And now when I try to play it, I have to adjust to whatever the new meta is, which is usually dictated by something 30 pages of changes, something or another. Right? Like, at this point I'm just like, okay, frankly, I have a lot of fun with what Dota originally used to be, so I'll just play Dota 1. That's me. I think it's kind of the same way for you. Like, I'm not playing on a private server for Dota 1. I play on BNet, right? However, I play on Clan ENT. There's a bot being run by Clan Ent or Clan ENT, and what that bot does is, well, obviously, it runs or hosts games for Dota 1 that people can just play on, and it keeps track of your stats. Now, it's nothing quite as crazy as Dota 2, but you can kind of see how that works. It's smaller scale. I don't have to deal with like massive amounts of changes, and you can choose exactly who you get paired up with and when you play. So there is some parallels with what you're talking about, in my opinion. It might be a bit of a far stretch. It might be a bit far-fetched, and maybe you're just at this point like, I don't even know what he's talking about anymore, but it's still Dota 2, not your Dota 2. Exactly. That's kind of this point. I'm just like, no, I'm fucking done with this. I'm not gonna try. Like, I tried. I really did. I tried for days, months, or days, weeks, months to try and get myself well acquainted with the game. No way, not gonna happen. I've already burned way too much time trying to figure out what the fuck this game is. It's not. Yes, and I absolutely agree with that. But I guess that's the thing. They don't have months and months to do, or maybe they want to do changes fast. Previously they did changes quite slowly, but a lot more slowly than now. But hey, it's definitely a very different world now than what it used to be. And besides, massive sweeping changes can be rough. Yeah, no, definitely. That's... I don't know, maybe they were trying to go for lots of changes at once. Like, to be honest with you, this isn't even the worst of it. Like, the talent trees are what really bothers me. They added just like a... Anyway, it's hard to explain, because, I mean, you yourself don't play Dota 2, but talent trees, that wasn't always in the game. But then once they added that, it was like, it was a whole different ballpark. That's where I drew the line. Like, there was just... everybody had something new to bring to the table. I'm just like, I'm good. I'm just gonna play my OG, the original Dota 1. But yeah, like even when it's basically an expansion that add a system you don't really like. Yes, thank you. Good sir, thank you. And when it... that new system, if they had it wasn't just the new... Like, that's the thing. It was mostly that new system, but just to add insult to injury, right? They also, at the same time they added that system, they added a new... or they reworked the map. I say the map because unlike in WoW, like in World of Warcraft, they'll just add a new area. More likely than not. I don't think that they'll go around touching old content if they don't have to. But in this case, they were like, okay, you know what? Let's add a new area. Or no, let's change the map. Let's change the stats of the heroes. Let's add new items. Let's change existing items, their abilities and their recipes. Let's change the interface of the game. Let's change the matchmaking system. Like, they overhauled almost, like, no aspect of the game was left untouched. And thank fuck, I made it to level 30. Alright, it's time to get started, bitches. Let's do this. If you don't really enjoy new system, plus, this is... Blizzard does that every expansion too, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the really funny thing. It's not... For a lot of people, right? There was... Because the changes were so radical and they were all done at one time, that patch made it so that almost guaranteed there was something that, although the patch as a whole was good for the longevity of the game, or, well, I would say that it was good for the longevity of the game, but their numbers have been declining ever since, until this year. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now, but there was something for everyone. There was something for everyone that each person hated, right? Like, let's say in my case, I hated talent trees, and some of the hero changes. Other people had gripes with the new hero that came out. It was called Monkey King. Other people, yet, had issues with the way the map was designed, or the new map, the way the new map was laid out. Other people had a way with the new recipes turned out. There was something new for everyone, and also, consequently, something new that everyone hated as a result of that new patch. But it was, by and large, like, a lot of people really, really liked it. It's just, definitely, I'd like to think, I did some research on it, and I certainly wasn't the only person who didn't like it. So that was kind of reassuring at the very least. I should also point out that matchmaking wasn't very favorable for me in Dota 2, and that was also a contributing factor to me not wanting to not wanting to keep playing it either. Right? Like, Dota 2 kept throwing me in games which were way out of my skill level. And not the direction I want either. Like, if I played against people who were, like, complete shite, right? Like, if they were, like, you know, garbage, then sure, that's not a big deal. Like, what, you know what? Hold on, I fucked up. Need to actually put some poison first. But yeah, I mean, if I played against people who were, like, worse than me, okay, sure, fine, whatever. But then after that, like, I started playing more and more games against people who were clearly much better than me. I just could not keep up, and I'm like, why does the game keep throwing me into these matches thinking that I can actually compete when I evidently cannot? That will always remain a mystery to me. But anyway, here we go. Let's see how this Poison Nova turns out, because, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people say that it's kind of shit, and I'm starting to kind of understand why. Massive AoE, but give it another level or two, and I think it'll be just fine. If I put another point into this, it's not fun getting destroyed game after game. Yeah, definitely not. And I was starting to get the feeling that, like, it kept pairing. It wasn't even games either, right? Like, normally you'd think, okay, yeah, at the very least, my 4 teammates will. And I mean, okay, for every MOBA player, every MOBA player will say this, but I mean, once again, it's a matter of perspective. In my case, I would play and I'd be like, oh, yeah, these guys are fun. Okay, there you go. I guess it just takes a while. I'm okay with this. I wanted to test out the metal of this poison, but I think it gets stronger, like, starting next level. Anyway, no, like, the people on my team, myself included, I should say, just to be fair, were not nearly as skilled as the other team. Like, it was just, game after game, it would be a sweeping victory for the enemy team. It would be like 23-7, or 23-7 in terms of kills. That kind of shit, right? It was never quite even. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, if the game is just going to keep being like this, then, well, how can I find enjoyable play? Anyway, but that's besides the point. I've said enough about Dota woes. Honestly, I appreciate that you listen to me rambling about it, but frankly, there's better things to talk about, I think. Oh, yes, right. So, this motherfucker is poison, and that is a huge, huge problem. What to do in the situation where you've got Akmel the Cursed immune to poison? Maybe you don't enjoy it anymore, though. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, but maybe you always have WoW. Huh. Yeah, always have WoW. D2. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, here's another problem. I got Akmal the Cursed. What should I? Oh, seriously, why is this motherfucker immune to poison? Like, it's normal, for fuck's sake. Who's immune to anything is normal? Now, what am I supposed to do? I already spammed amp damage, or sorry, corpse explosion, but that wasn't enough. Buy an A5 merc. Don't I already have a merc? Maybe I'll get a merc. Afternoon. Oh, right. I have this useless move. Okay, fine. Fine. I see. I was using this girl as a placeholder for my shit. Let's go. Yeah, I gotta talk to Qualkek, right? I certainly hope that I can hire barbarians without having to go rescue. Oh, I'm not in the mood to do this right now. Okay, fine. Fine. It'll be a temporary arrangement. I'll have to go with Plan B instead. I'm talking about the pill, even.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, right, I don't need this bow anymore. A2 combat for the jab? Oh, seriously? There's a difference that way? Okay, hold on a second. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got to work with. Sure. What's the most expensive one? This one, sure. Well, let's use this. Let's see what this guy can do with this setup. And I don't think I'm gonna do too much more, to be honest. Like, I could probably hop on the Battle.net by now, but I think it might be time to call it. I still have stuff to do tomorrow. Let's finish this first. Oh, okay. Alright. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah. And it looks to me like he's losing badly. Okay.
Hello.
Well, one of these days I'll hopefully get him a more ideal weapon, but it's all a learning experience, just a chance for me to experiment. I'm happy with this, even if it might not seem like it. I am happy with having a chance to try and see if this shit works or not. I don't know. I get a lot of enjoyment out of this. What can I say? Also, I think Poison Necro is kind of bad early. I hate to admit it, dude, but I think you might be right. You're almost certainly right, actually. But how early? That's the thing. Also, aren't the Venomlords and Chaos Poison? For fuck's sake, you're right, aren't you? Oh, fire immunity is a thing. Like, I understand immunities being a thing in Nightmare, or in Hell mode, but anything earlier is just a slap to the face, in my opinion. Okay. Come on, you can do it. Oh, thank fuck. Alright. Before he dies, before he keels over. Yeah. Yeah, it looks to me like... Here, well, let's test my luck a little bit. Maybe if I low-res them? Certainly can't be any worse than Bone Necro. This is the thing, right? Like, this is the thing I was thinking about. How could this be any worse than fucking Bone Necro? Act 4 Nightmare are fire immune. Oh, great. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly think there should just be no immunities until Hell mode. Period. Like, yeah, maybe I'm a bit biased right now because I'm playing as a Necro, but I do feel like Nightmare, it's kind of like, oh, cool, you can play as a Javazon, you can play as a... Oh, fuck. Rock right into that one. Alright, well, back to the drawing board. If I get another point into this, it's 237 to 391. I guess I just need a couple more... I think I just need to get more points into... What am I using right now? Maybe that's kind of the issue. Before I do anything else, I just want to quickly check something out. Yeah, plus skills is definitely... Am I able to get, like... Oh, hey, look, a +3 Bone Spear wand. Huh. I wonder if it's possible. I legitimately wonder if it's possible to even get a +3 to... +3 to... Or, sorry, plus to Poison Nova wand. So early in the game. Oh, hey, look, faster cast rate. That doesn't help me at all. There's an explosion. I could have also used PNB. I mean, plus PNB is kinda... could work too, but... I wonder. I don't know if I can actually shop a PNB or Poison Nova. And I don't see any, like... Anyway, I don't know. Just going back to what I was saying earlier quickly while I keep sifting through these items. It just strikes me as kind of odd that, you know, and if you can be playing like Nightmare, and you can get by just fine if you're playing a Cold Sork, if you're playing as a Jabazon, or if you're playing as, I guess, a Hammerdin or technically a Bone Master, right? But get to Hell mode, or sorry, like, yeah, there's some areas in normal with like cold immunes and shit, but they're not mandatory areas. But if you go to Chaos Sanctuary and you're playing any kind of poison type build, you're fucked. It's over. And that's Nightmare mode, right? Like, in Hell mode it's not as bad for a Poison Mancer specifically, but just looking at Nightmare, I find it odd that it's like that. That, you know, you have some characters, some specific elements which will have an easier time than others, whereas in Hell mode everyone gets fucked over equally. And in Hell mode that makes sense, everyone gets fucked over equally. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm not making sense anymore. I think you shop a lower resist charged one. I already had one available to me, I just chose not to buy it, that's the thing. And also in the meantime, or Talthal or out, right? I'm just missing a Thalrun right now. Because if I cube, like, I'm gonna find like a 4-socket broadsword. Okay, I already have a superior broadsword right here. If I socket this, I mean, once again, this would be a clear violation of the speedrun, but if I socket this and I got a Thalrun somewhere, that would just be fantastic. I could get +2 to all skills, and Poison Nova would actually probably make it worth it. Yeah, I hate to admit it, but Poison Nova is surprisingly weak early on. I have no way to get around it. But oh yeah, this triggers what I was going to talk about though. And I think this will probably be the last thing that I'll talk about for this evening, because I mean, I think it's about time. I'm honestly not that tired, but once again, it's probably a good idea to go to bed right now. It's like 4 in the morning. It's about time to get some sleep if you want to think about things. But anyway, as I was saying, I even like in the later stages of the game though, like later as in like talking MF wise, right? Like, it's been bothering me that people would actually say, oh, you know, I don't really like the Poison Necro build because it's just not that effective for MFing. And I'm like, whoa, what? At least until you have a D-Web. Like, some people will say this, which it's kind of ridiculous. No, you don't need a D-Web to be effective. There's a lot of ways to get around having a D-Web. And that's not even considering, like, the, you know, lower res in the Poison Nova as an option. Speaking of lower res in the Poison Nova, maybe I should actually try that instead of just mindlessly spamming the Poison Nova. I mean, isn't Poison Necro OP versus Pits? That's what I'm saying. Yes, yes. At least, I mean, hey, maybe it's not. I mean, I wouldn't. Like, if you've seen Dan in action, even if you've seen me in action, like, you've seen me use my Poison Necro, right? I'm not saying that I shit on things super easily with my Poison Necro, but I shit on things super easily with my Poison Necro in Pits. No, seriously, when it comes to Pits, like, you just waltz in there, and you just, you know, you just teleport Nova, teleport Nova, teleport Nova. That's usually how it works, and unless you're dealing with Bone Warriors, you're fine. Even with 3P strengths, and people have 3P strengths, they use Poison Nova, and they still think that it's not actually as good as, or as effective as, like, other builds that they've got at their disposal. Like, okay, yeah, if you compare it with their Jabazon, then yeah, Jabazon's a pretty good contender, but honestly, like, I've been pit farming with my Hammerdin, and the only reason why the Hammerdin competes with my Poison Necro is because I'm farming pits on players, or I'm forced to farm pits on players 7, which Hammerdin is eminently much more well qualified for. But if we're trying to, like, talk like players 3 farming with between a Hammerden and a Poison Necro, my money's on the Poison Necro, hands down. Poison Necro just has so much going for it. It's ridiculous. Like, it just boggles my mind that people... Yeah, Hammerden is crazy high damage, so yeah, alright, player 7 pit farming, fine, right? But, like, you gotta consider, with a Hammerden, like, your hammers will, like, fucking hit the walls, they're hard to aim sometimes. Poison Necro, you don't need to worry about any of that. You waltz in, you fucking Nova... Extra HP on stuff makes sense, yes, absolutely. But with a Necro, you waltz in, you just Nova, you teleport away, everything dies. That's how it works. That's how ridiculous it is. And then it's like, oh, well, it doesn't kill that quickly. Well, honestly, even with Hodo 3-piece Trangs, you should be able to shit on pits easy peasy. Like, it's a joke how easy it actually is. Yeah, I don't know. And a CE or two to clean up some things. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, okay, Bone Warriors, they might give you a bit of trouble. That's fine, you got lower res for a reason. And speaking of lower res, let's actually try a little variation of this build that I've been working on. Okay, 20 seconds. Definitely, if I get my hands on Spirit, that'll be a huge game changer. Oh, alright. Sure. to 289. Alright, well, let's see. Maybe this will be a bit more better to work with. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's... I can get behind this. Actually, kind of get behind this. Now you're making me want to do Poison Necro on slash reset. Oh, dude. Dude, I would vouch 1,000,000,000,000%. Like, I just... Oh, by the way, no, I should clarify. No one on... This is another streamer, by the way, that I was talking about. No one on Slash is insane enough to question just how overpowered a Poison Necro actually is, especially with map hack. And players 1, no drop, set to 0. But yeah, definitely. I think LR would be even better for Vale area. Yeah, sure. I'll give that another try. Well, let's give that another try because right now. Okay. Here, let me just finish up here. We can do a little bit more farming here, and then we'll give it another go. Dude, Poison Necro on slash reset. Ugh. Although to be honest with you, I don't think that like the really skilled the veteran or the Necro veteran probably wouldn't vouch for Poison Necro first. Yeah, I do think that they talk about the fishy Mancer build first, and that's something which people who play on BNet or people who play pluggy single player, for whatever reason, don't. I'm talking like the slash fishy Mancer. I'm not talking like that janky ass. Oh, get some skeleton. I'm talking about like the people on Slash. They'll build a merc with like EBOTD. They'll also get themselves an Iron Golem with Insight. Like you know which build I'm talking about, right? Like 20 point amp damage, 20 point CE. That's it. Like they're set, and then of course points into Iron Golem and whatever. But anyway, yeah. Do more versus the higher things. Yeah, you know which build I'm talking about. You've been around. And you also know that, well, we'll kill one cow CE for days. Yeah, exactly. So that's, I don't know though. Personally, I start off with Poison Necro, ride or die on slash reset day. I had my Enigma day 6, okay? Like, I don't know. People still don't have their Infinity right now. They've been farming all fucking season. Me, I had my Infinity day 6. Or my Enigma day 6 as a Poison Necro. At least I think it was like that. Yeah, and that was, for me, that was a great success. That was definitely, I was able to prove to myself that indeed you can. And this Death Lord just needs to fucking die. One more fun to do Poison Necro, thank you. Yes, I absolutely agree though. I mean, I guess it just doesn't look appealing. And it's too meta. Like, everyone uses that build on Slash. It's kind of meh. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I really like this extra point of lower res. Yeah, I think I'll stick with it. I won't do a Sork. I won't do a Hammerton. I mean, frankly, I wasn't going to. The only reason I'm playing, I just want to be very clear here regarding the Hammerton that I started. Like, I know you didn't ask about this, but I feel like there is some need to talk about my decision to start off as a Hammerton on this reset. On Slash, specifically. I'm sorry, I gotta take a step back and I gotta just take a note at. I just gotta note how fucking Akmel the Cursed is still immune to poison, even though I applied lower resistance to him. Like, what the fuck? So he's got more than 100% poison res, which is just ridiculous. Not even the Venom Lords in Chaos Sanctuary have that level of resistance. This is such a joke. Although thinking a no Runeward Whirlwind bar. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. But, hey, wait a second. I have Decrepify. You know what? Fuck this guy. Decrepify, bitch. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Oh no, you motherfucker. Alright, one sec. Oh, I gotta bring my guy back. Wasn't paying attention. I was too busy rotating over Decrepify. And I actually don't have a hotkey for D. I was trying to set it to the D key, but... A, F10, I don't ever use these at this point. Sure, I'll set this one D. As you mentioned earlier, it's more fun to do unique things. Yeah, exactly. So, as I was saying though, like, this is exactly why, for this season, I'm playing as a Hammerton, not because, you know, I wanted to, like, power farm and shit. That just happened. But I wanted to see if I could make this budget Hammerton work, because I always talk the talk. I always say, like, oh, this build is kind of overpowered. I wanted to actually kind of prove to myself that this was actually the case, right? Maybe with Amp he'll be able to take him on. Anyway, but yeah, like, I always considered Hammerton to be one of the most overpowered classes, and it used to be one of the strongest classes, and you always have, like, some dumbass motherfuckers who sit around saying, oh, you know, it's not that, Hammerton ain't that good without Enigma, or, they say the dumbest shit, honestly, they say the dumbest shit like that, and I'm just like, yo man, like, this is, Hammertons, you don't need an Enigma to be effective, like, they really don't. I don't know what kind of universe you come from, but, like, legit, you gotta, like, all you need is a Spirit Sword, a Spirit Shield, and you're good to go. And this season, I've proven that to myself, that indeed this is the case. Like, I have a jaw in this sword, like, what more could I ask for? I'm able to farm Crab, I was able to farm Pits Player 7 just fine, right? Like, people just don't know how to fucking play, because they rely so heavily on JSP, like, it actually pisses me off. And some motherfucker come up to me the other day, we were doing chaos runs and shit, and he's like rocking this Javazon. He's like, oh yeah, my Javazon sucks, it doesn't do enough damage. I'm like, I can't gear myself up without JSP. I'm like, fuck, dude, go shop yourself some Javs, bro. Like, what the fuck? You can make a smoke too for the Hammerton. You're golden. Oh yeah, you have that option. Ain't that fantastic? You can, like, oh wait, what the fuck? Why is that? Oh, am I dead? Oh, hey, look, I didn't rubber band because it's not beat. Alright. That's pretty good, to be honest. I'm actually running out of options here.
Impossible.
Oh. Nope, what's that? I just stopped there for a second. I'm actually almost out of mana pots too. You need to keep like spamming poison over and shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. That's actually not good. Bale started laughing when she was about to spawn the next wave. this wave is going to be... well, I think it's pretty easy to guess. Almost there. I'm sorry about this. I'm sure you can tell, but I'm just, you know, concentrating. It seems the LR is helping a ton in here. Yeah, although I'm still disappointed at how feeble this Necro is, if I'm being 100% honest. But that's okay. It's a learning experience. That's the thing. I don't really think that there's much more I can do aside from this, to be quite frank with you. But at least I know. That's what's important. Now the real question is how well this build will perform once I get a Spirit, because plus skills is like everything, right? I know that once this build has fully maxed out synergies and Poison Nova's maxed out, like, it is a beast of a build, but the question is, well, the question is, how well does it perform without that accessible to them? Okay, let's Nova it. So, budget hammer over Trav, so yes, so that's what I've been saying, right? Like, and I'm sorry, but it seems to me that they regen I just don't fucking understand. They should not be fucking regen. I've got Poison Nova on them. Monsters are not supposed to be able to regen when they are poisoned. And yes, here they are. Here, you know what? Let's take a look at that. Oh, and there's Vento the Unholy. You know what? I want to actually take a look at this. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Also, Akmal has 125 poison res. Is it, seriously? Oh. Oh. 125. So, because lower res works at a 4th effectiveness, or a 5th effectiveness when breaking immunities, it is safe to say that that is that's pretty much unbreakable. There is nothing you can do to. I don't even know why they fucking set it to 125. Why not just set it like 1,000 at that point? Like, there's no way to break it. Even if you had like a level 9999 lower res, which, you know, you can, but let's say you could, it still wouldn't be enough because, well, there's only one way to break immunities. That an immunity that high, like, I don't know. Note to self, don't bother killing Ventar the Unholy next time because he gives like jack shit for XP and jack shit for drops. Alright, well, I'm gonna go up against Bale in a second. We're gonna see how that goes. At least maybe then I'll be able to say that I finished normal. And then I will call that an evening, I think. But yeah, definitely. But definitely, like I was saying, I don't normally play as a Hammerton either. I've always tried to avoid that build because I consider it too easy, but then I thought about it, I'm like, well, how can I call a build easy unless I actually try it myself? So I tried it. I tried it myself, and it turned out to be incredibly easy. Ah, surprise, surprise. Oh, come on. Come on. And I didn't even make a safety TP. Okay, well, that's it for me for this evening. I should have made the safety TP. I was just about to, in fact, but... yeah, I don't know. I had to figure out a way to make that work. I have no response. I just can't. I cannot. I have much to learn about this game, it looks like. But definitely the last thing I want to talk about is that, though. Like, I wanted to get that budget Hammerton up and running to kind of prove to myself and, well... yeah, just have evidence that you can make a budget build work, and I can. Budget Hammerton, no problem. You don't need Enigma, it's totally okay. You can use this build as a competitor to a Sorceress, sure, that's fine. You even have Vigor in charge, so you're okay for the most part. But yeah, definitely, like, once again, I probably wouldn't do this on Slash, though. Like, I made a Paladin in one of the previous seasons intending to make it into a Hammerton. Because once again, I was testing out builds. I wanted to see whether, like, I like to experiment, see if like these builds work, right? Like, one of my big goals each season is, can I make a build X work and feasibly make it compete with sorceresses minus LK? Like, honestly, if there's people who just farm LK nonstop, yeah, that's some fucking next level garbage, alright? Like, I can't compete with that, whatever. But aside from LK farmers, like, it's still doable to compete with sorts, and without using a sort. You just need to know where you're farming, where to go. And Hammerden, I was like, okay, can I use this Hammerden as a competitor? And it's like, nah. I wasn't able to quite test it out on Slash the way I wanted it to, because shit happens. There's a story behind that. I don't want to get into it right now. So I tried it here on BNet instead. And, well, yeah, I can at least put it to rest that, yeah, I mean, I have a Jaw and a Sir. Well, what more can be said, right? Because I can farm Trav easily. And you don't even need map hack to clear Trav either, which is the most fantastic part. All you need, as you said, is smoke and other sources of fire res, which are easy to obtain. Now, well, with all that said, definitely it's a good thing that you were talking about, you were thinking of trying out a no rune word whirlwind barb. Look, honestly, dude, like, there's so much shit that can be done next season. I'm really looking forward to it. I already have a character build in mind. I also have a plan in mind. I know where I'm going to farm, how I'm going to get rich. Well, not how I'm going to get rich, but like how I plan to accumulate wealth. It's all in my mind. Like, I've theory crafted everything, and I can't wait to try it out. I'm super stoked for it. I'm super stoked to show you guys the build, because once again, like, I want to see people's reactions. They'll be like, what the fuck is D2D2 crazy, right? Like, that kind of shit, for me, matters certainly a lot more than, like you said, going cookie cutter cookie cutter hammered in or sorceress every season. I 1,000,000,000% agree with that, and, well, I like to think that these last few resets have been, dare I say, proof of this. That's not to say that I'll never start as a Sork. There might come a time when I'll start as a Sork specifically for a goal of some kind, but next season will not be that season, and probably not the one after that either. Yuck, LK farm. Yeah, no, for real. That awkward moment where Bale regens slower than his minions. Yep, for sure. 25 plus all res, 4 socket palace shield for a spirit. How you may, in theory, get rich. Yeah, definitely. That's in theory. Yep, definitely. That's kind of what I had in mind. All the pieces are into play. I just need somebody to start the timer. That's all. I've done enough Sorks. Yep, so have I. I've had my fair share of sorceresses. Although, frankly, I'm gonna be honest. Gosh damn it. I'm gonna go all night with this conversation, that's for sure. But, dude, I'm telling you, this season, I swear to fuck, people on BNet just do not know how to play a fucking sorceress. It is the most frustrating fucking thing in this fucking game. Like, maybe it's not even just BNet, because I was playing a couple seasons ago when I was playing my traps in, I had sorceresses on Slash refuse the teleport in a Bale run, okay? In a Bale run. They refused to teleport. I had to teleport as a trapsin, as a level 80 trapsin. I was trying to level people in Norm Bale when I had an army of about 4 or 5 sorceresses in normal. I was trying to Bale run people in normal, and they just refused to teleport. What the fuck, man? Like, there's no XP at risk here. You have no excuse not to teleport. That's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, on BNet though, oh, what the fuck? Like, people just refuse. Is Sork sitting in town and not telling? In hell difficulty? Okay, fine, fair enough. Maybe they're scared to lose XP. Even then, it's bad. That's a whole different rant in itself, which I'll get into in a second. But normal, man, like, if you are a sorceress and you are playing normal and you refuse to teleport for Bale runs when you've got somebody in your party who can shit on everything, if you just tell it, I just don't understand. Like, why are you playing a sorceress when you're refusing to teleport? Like, I was watching a stream, and that's like, I was watching a streamer, or a different streamer, it was Beardly, and his analogy was, if you're playing a Sorc and you're not tellying, that's like the equivalent, of playing as a barbarian and refusing to use battle orders. It's just the most ridiculous thing. It's just unfathomable that people cannot play a sorceress to save their life. They really can't. They play the best class in the fucking game. Like, without question, sorceress is the #1. Nothing tops a sorceress. Hands down, alright? But people still can't play a sorceress! It just boggles my fucking mind. I just don't understand how it's possible that this is a thing. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I actually just cannot, for the life of me, get it. And now, like, it was painful to watch. I felt bad. Like, BT Neanderthal, alright? I'm gonna just say it straight up. He was streaming, he was trying to do, like, bail runs. He's still, right now, I bet you, as we speak, trying to get to level 99. And I think right now he's level 93. In fact, I'm gonna pull up his stream in a second. But this motherfucker, okay? I actually felt bad for him. Like, he was talking mad shit to his viewers. And honestly, normally I'd be like, man, this guy's a fucking asshole or some shit, right? But no, straight up, like, he starts a game as a paladin, and he has to do he has to teleport himself. He has to do the teleporting himself as a paladin. He has to do the running himself because the 6 sorceresses in his game refuse to do it. Just absolutely refuse to teleport. And it's like, oh, I'm scared to lose XP. Oh, I'll die if I do the teleporting. It's like, okay, look, bruh.
I made 6. I don't know.
You're like level 70 right now. Even if you die, if you make it to Throne Room and it can be successfully cleared, you'll gain more XP out of this run than the XP you lost. Alright, that's the first thing. And the second thing
no, it's not bad.
Is that
it's not bad.
Is that, like, oh, these people, their excuse is mostly that they will die because they don't have adequate gear. Honestly, that shouldn't be a problem. I have played sorceresses before, and I have made it into Throne Room. Short of a Worldstone Keep that is absolutely infested with souls, you should not be dying all the time with a sorceress when you're teleporting over to Throne Room. Unless, I guess, if you're playing on like 200 ping or 300 ping or some shit, but like come on. Come on. I mean, like, sure, sometimes you hit a soul. Yeah. How does a sword die? Yeah, to be honest, if they aren't bad, how does a sword die doing teleports? That's the thing. That's the thing. I just, okay, here, like, give me a sec. Was it, it's one of these. Was it this one? Here. Let's check this out. This was, yeah, so this was my, okay. Right, this is actually my decently geared up sorceress. I play around with builds from time to time. Oh, here we go. I think this one. Yeah, this one probably makes the most sense. Yep, here it is. I have shit gear on this character, but I mean, like, I hero edited some stuff so that it suits what I'm looking for. AKA, they had a Spirit Phase Blade available on the character item pack, but I was too lazy, like... Anyway. This was the easiest to make sorceress I could. Simple, like, everything can be shopped, or, you know, you could go and farm Countess and shit for it. Let's see, 60%, 70%. Okay, so I have 70, 80. I don't know why I've doubled up on these, but I have 80% FCR from the looks of things. 35, 65, or I can't do math right. 60%, 70%, 80%. So I have 80% FCR. I don't know why it's 80%, but Sure, there we go. 70%. That's perfect for teleport. Now, then when I get my sword leveled, I spec max energy. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, this is very convenient. I don't even know where throne is or whatever. Spec max energy with ES, tele points, and tele everywhere. Well, I don't usually go for max energy build, but max out vitality. I don't know. Maybe some sorceresses don't even go energy shield build. They'll just go like, I don't know. I don't know what kind of builds these guys do, but really. Okay, and I can chicken on this one. Sure, fine. Shit happens. Try again. Although sometimes balls deep teleporting is not a good idea, so... And there you go, there's some souls there. Running out of mana here. Oh, no, there's... You know, part of the problem here, too, is my chance to block is a little too high, because I've invested a lot of points in decks. Oh, hey, look! World Stone 3. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? I was like, alright, let's go see. Oh, that's a lot of monsters. And there's another set of monsters. And there's like a lot of shit being thrown at me. I can just hop back this way. Alright. Oh, and there's a lot. And hop this way. Oh, and wow, they can't catch me. What a surprise. I don't know. It's just... Okay, well... I fucked up there, but I don't know. It's not hard, and this is all trash gear. People could come up with better gear than this early on in the season. I fucking guarantee it. It's not even a soul. It's not even infested with souls either, so you could actually just give it another try if you really wanted. I don't know. I don't know. One more try. Wow, can't even reach me. And of course it's the last area that I teleport to. No, it's not even the last area too. With max energy just for tele power. To be honest, I've never tried that build, but... Oh, for fuck's sake. It was the first area that I visited, but I just didn't explore all of it. Alright, there you go. Throne of Destruction. Easy peasy. And then you can, like... I'm not gonna go... Oh, wow. Wizard's strong enough to just completely shred through Silk Magus. Yeah, I normally have similar gear to you there. Yeah, as long as you have mana pots, it's easy mode. Yeah, no, that's true. It's just, when it comes to that build, though, I'm always scared of mana burn. That's why I don't use it. Like, it's probably something that I should try before I shit on it, but I don't know. It's just the idea of, oh, hey, look, if they have, like, if I teleport into a mob with mana burn and one of them hits me, I'm fucked. There goes my entire mana pool. Yeah, that's my main issue of it, but anyway, I don't know. I just felt bad. I felt bad just for Neanderthal that no one at all would try and telly. Under the ground that they had shit gear and that they'd just die. It's like, no, dude, no. You're not just going to die a lot of the time. Yeah, but anyway, last time I was on BNet like that. Yeah.
I don't have a bid on it.
I actually made
actually, I
new
might
game
have
when the
bid on
runner
it.
was killing Bale and tellied. Yeah, that's actually
a
smart
chaos.
now that I think about it, because
Jeez,
you'd be
bid.
spawning them on players 1, which is absolutely fantastic.
Check this out.
You're going
Maybe-
right
maybe
into
we
a
have
throne
this.
port. Yeah, like...
It kind of similar to what you're talking about. That's pretty efficient. That is an efficient run. Thank you all for stopping in today.
So, hold on a second. Do they already have Enigma? Is that what's going on here? He's got CTA.
Alright, so now I just
And
need
he's
to
got a
roll
fucking
over.
Enigma. Alright, well, I'm done for this. Sorry, I'm just looking at BT's
Oh, you're
stream
talking
right
about
now.
for XP.
I'm just looking at BT's stream because I mean,
Well,
it's
that
nice to see
actually
how
still not-
other streamers have
I think
made
I showed
progress
you.
in this season. But he's already got his
If
name
you,
running.
if you feel like you're taking too much time
Down.
then you can skip some of that out. But that's somewhat.
What
give
was
you
I
the right
looking for? I was also looking
direction.
for something else. Ah, here we go. This is the other thing I'm going to take a look at quickly. Okay, sorry. And then all the waves would be foolish games for max XP. Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
no,
No,
I
that's
don't even
smart.
want to
That's
roll
using your brain for sure.
Right,
I didn't even
just
think
feel
about
like
that,
I want
but
low-
even playing Player's 8, right? Like,
I want a bird room.
if you were to teleport in the throne,
For Chains of Honor.
if you were to teleport in the throne room, like, it just
And then a G-Face.
the fact that people, you know, back out on the grounds that they would just die when most of the time, like, they would make it to throne. They really would. Is I think a bit ridiculous. That's all. But anyway,
Let's go in Juve.
Arnamic, it was nice chatting with you. I think this is where I'll take my leave. Yeah, I will kowtow to your tenacity and being able to stay up for the evening. Yeah, if there's something else you want to say, I'll let you say it quickly, but otherwise I'm going to be heading off for the evening. Well, I guess morning technically now, but if you die in Throne, you should be able to get off the TP before death. Yeah, exactly. Always good to watch you. Yeah, man, it was nice getting a chance to chat with you.
So Lex, what's
Just
up?
looking quickly. See, we'll catch you again here in the future. Yeah, looking forward to it. Although I don't know quite when the next time I'll see you will be. I know, like you said, you work night shifts, so I don't know. I don't usually stream in the evening, and
Actually,
even if I did, well, I always have both your YouTube and Twitch streams up when I watch. Oh, dude, I really appreciate that, man. I really do. It means a lot to me. Sounds a bit cheesy and ridiculous, but it's nice. It makes you feel better, you know. It's like even if you're one person, if you come in as two people, then well, it makes me feel like there's twice as many people who give a shit about my me actually streaming. But I mean, once again, I don't do these streams for fame or glory or whatever. I think for me, I just more views. Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, no, but for sure for me, I just actually, why do I still have BT stream up? Let's just use that. All right, cool. But yeah, no, like for me, it's just nice to chat and chill with people while I farm, and I have a lot of fun with it. So it's nice to know that you do too. It's nice to have you tagging along. And well, I hope to see you for the reset, where I know you'll come up with something fun, and I already know what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to have a fuck ton of fun with that. I also push it a little more on the viewer list, so even more will see it. Yes, thank you. Although I think that Twitch will separate the views that I have from viewers on Twitch specifically from the viewers on YouTube. I don't know if you already know that, but I always thought that it was the other, like, I always thought that the viewer count was merged, so that if people were checking out your stream on, let's say, YouTube, that it will also show on Twitch. That, like, yeah, if there's 3 people on YouTube, then there's also going to be those 3 people added to the Twitch viewer count. But that's not actually the case. So yeah, long story short, you're still, if you're talking about just Twitch alone, you're still one person. But yeah, I hear you though. Definitely, the more the merrier. Pushes up the viewer list. I know that when I had like 10, 15, or 10, or some 10 or 15 people showing up to my stream from Slash on Twitch, that also enticed more people to join, and I hit my peak viewer count of like 20. And then it went downhill from there, but let's not talk about that. Probably I don't stream consistently enough either, but anyway. Well, Arnamic, I will leave you to it. Until next time, I think that'll be all. And yeah, definitely it was nice having this little chat. And I look forward to doing it again in the future. And well, learning more about World of Warcraft and the woes that it comes with, unfortunately, because I talked too much about Dota 2 and I never did get a chance to learn more about World of Warcraft and whatnot. But anyway, thanks again, dude. I will see you around, and have a good evening. So, D2D2 signing out.